Welcome everybody to this Vanguard Tactics live stream on a Wednesday, as you know, your classic Vanguard Tactics live stream. I am here tonight with Chris. How you doing, Chris?
Very good. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Obviously, I'm Jake. You don't know who I am. I am most handsome man 40K.
Everyone knows.
This is the third most handsome man 40K because and obviously we've got an epic pack for you tonight. We've got the Word Bearers, my personal Word Bearers army versus some Imperial Knights.
My personal Imperial Knights army.
So obviously you're going to see all of that in just a second, but it would not be a classic Vanguard Tactics stream without three key components. Those key components being the wonderful Nicole. Nicole, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Nicole. Obviously we've had a bit of an afternoon of fun here, recording all sorts of videos and doing all sorts. So
I've arrived straight from work. Straight from work.
Yeah. Obviously, I've been here. Obviously, Chris has been doing whatever he just said. And obviously, the next part of our what was it? Pentagon? 5 sides?
Yeah, be a pentagon.
Our Vanguard Tactics Pentagon is the wonderful best player in 40K and Mr. Batman himself. Michael, how are you doing today?
Great. Thank you very much. I'll always sign up for your Pentagon.
Magic Mike. I think we need to refer to him.
Magic Mike, yeah, glad to be here. Looking forward to this clash. Not seen Imperial Knights in a while. Nice to see their debut. And Word Bearers. Jake's own army.
As you can tell. And then finally, to complete our Pentagon at the top of the very tippy top of the Pentagon is Seb on his own camera. If we show everybody who he's looking at, and he's looking at John.
I mean, John is looking pretty serious right down the middle of the battlefield.
Of course. Obviously, John is somebody who has been integral to Vanguard Tactics over the last month or so, gifting memberships galore. So we just want to say we've commemorated John in the form of this thing here.
The giant Space Marine with a sword.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, what more can we ask?
Yeah. So obviously you will notice there is one key feature not here today. And yes, the room is a hell of a lot less orange. And that is Stephen Box is not here today. This is the second live stream we've ever done without him. So he's probably eagerly watching at home. So hi Steve. You sign is fine, as you can see, funded by the incredible community of Vanguard Tactics. If you've been a long time watching Vanguard Tactics, you would have remembered the one we used to have in our old studio. Now back again once again for us. So obviously thank you so much for that. And Steve, if you are watching, we will make you proud.
Definitely pops, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's very 3D. You probably can't stand. Yeah. Anyway, is everything all right?
So everyone in the chat is just saying that there's a massive echo. So we've actually got a new mic that we have been trying out. So we're currently trying to fit everyone with the old mics that we normally use, just to reduce the echo for you guys. So just bear with us a second, just while we sort out the sound for you guys.
Feel very glamorous right now.
Back. Are you on the? Are we?
You're still
Can you still hear?
on that one.
Right. But obviously, guys and gals and all sorts, we've got a very cool game tonight. Obviously, we'll go over that in just a second when I get the thumbs up. But Chris, are you looking forward to this one?
I've been looking forward to this for weeks.
Literally
weeks since we found out.
Yeah. Obviously, we Last week, just due to a few unforeseen circumstances, such as illness and other things. Obviously, Nicole was on holiday because it was Nicole's birthday. Wasn't it, Nicole? So everyone in the chat, say happy birthday to Nicole. Wish her all sorts. She went to Liverpool. I know.
I went to different places, but we'll talk about that a little bit in the phase. Just let us know in the chat if the sound is any better, because we've swapped over little mics.
She went to the local library in Liverpool. It's called Anfield. Anyway, so if we're all good to go, once the chat says that, we will go into all the other things that we have to bring you tonight.
Some sponsorship.
So, yeah, we've got some sponsors. I'll just sort of wait. Are we all good?
I'm just waiting for people to say in the chat whether anything worse.
But you did turn off the overhead one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's not a classic stream without sounds at the beginning.
We should do off the table. Off the table seems better. Do you want to go to? We got the be right back.
Yeah. We'll be back with you in a second. Bear with us as we sort this out.
We're back.
Hopefully.
Please let us know if you can hear us, because I've just heard that, and that's very echoey. So if you could just let us know if we're all right, just literally say yes, no, and then we'll go on the majority. Okay? We're very sorry about this.
Sorry about this, guys. We literally just got a new mic. We haven't actually... Yeah, it looks great. We actually haven't tried it with the stream yet, so with all the other mics in the room, it seems to be picking up these guys loads. So
no echo.
We're saying no echo, so hopefully it's all fixed now. And yeah, everyone says it's fine. So
I reckon Steve knew that and did it deliberately, and it's the one he wasn't here for, so he set us up.
Yeah.
Well, as I said, apologies for that, but obviously just to go through again, obviously we've got an epic game for you lined up. Obviously we've all said hello, but if you all want to just double say hello again.
Hello.
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 There we go. Everyone said hello. We've got our pentagon. We've got everything. Steve's not here because he's probably needing an extra tanning session, something like that. We've got a new sign, as you notice.
Nice.
All you classic Vanguard Tactics fans will remember the sign we used to have. This is now bigger, badder, and better.
And 3D.
3D, right? So it literally is in your face. So obviously, the rest of the things with Vanguard Tactics, obviously, thanks to the massive audience for doing this. But we also have some sponsors to go through to obviously talk about that are basically the reason we're here. So first being Siege Studios. So obviously they provide an incredible painting service. Obviously we've just had a Be'lakor and Fabius Bile done from them.
I'll be looking at Be'lakor most of the last half hour or so. Yeah.
Especially with that announcement on the old Sunday, hey, that the Demons will be going on pre-order on Saturday.
Oh really?
Yeah, so that's going to be super cool. Obviously they do also offer other services for army painting, single miniatures. They also offer a more affordable painting service in terms of just for your tabletop standard, which is called the Warrior Lodge. So obviously check all that out in the link in the description. Frontline Gaming, obviously a massive thank you to them. We host workshops. They support us massively, and obviously we will have a workshop at the LVO in terms of your American
Looking forward
fans.
to that. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very, very much looking
And
forward
we've
to
also
that.
got one at the LGT.
We do. So the LGT as well at Lee Valley on the 30th of September it is. Obviously, if you are attending the event, you can come to it, obviously pay for a ticket to go to that. Equally, if you're not going to the event and you're in the North London area, obviously at Lee Valley, or you can get to it, I highly recommend it. You get to use your army on the table with the terrain they're using, and we'll give you tips for not just that event, but ones that you can carry on into the future. And myself, Chris, Mike, Steve, Kyle, everyone will be there.
The whole team.
So obviously it's going to be a fantastic weekend, and also to top it all off at the very end of it, Tottenham will beat Arsenal in the North London derby. So obviously that is massive thank you to the Warhammer tournament people in the UK that obviously have asked us to do that as well. Entoyment as well for obviously your miniature needs. Obviously most of the miniatures bought on this table were basically from them. So massive thanks to them. JW Wargaming for our mats that we have as well. And another one which is a newer sponsor for us is Harter and Steenbeck.
Harder and
Steenbeck. So obviously they have just released their new airbrush, and a lot of the proceeds of that goes to help the Ukraine in the situation obviously in the Ukraine at the moment.
Yeah, so specifically to a cancer ward children's hospital.
There you go.
So yeah.
So obviously a terrible thing happening in the world at the moment, but it's fantastic to see such a bright light come from it, and obviously such an amazing cause. We are absolutely honoured here to be able to say that we are helping them in their cause. So obviously that is all the sponsors. I'm now fine after the technical issues. I think, unless anyone can think of anything I forgot.
No. I think we're all good.
Well, let's go to the mission. We've got to know what we're doing, Chris. So, Michael.
We're just running each other, aren't we?
Tell me the mission.
So, contrary to what Chris thinks about running at each other, this is Tide of Conviction. This is a hold 2, hold 3 mission. So, at the end of the command phase, you're going to get 4 victory points if you hold 2 objectives, and a further 4 if you hold 3 objectives. If you hold more than your opponent, you'll get 4 more for a total of 12 that turn. Now you can get a maximum of 45 from your primary, and the other way of scoring primary points is if you hold an objective in your opponent's territory, so that's their half of the table, you get 2 victory points, and at the end of the game, whoever's holding their objectives in the opponent's territory can get points for each of them, 2 for the ones in no man's land, 4 for one in their deployment zone. So there is quite a lot of points you can get at the end of the game. Now, further to this, you only get your command point at the start of each command phase if you hold the objective in your deployment zone, and of course you get a CP during each command phase.
Fantastic. So obviously that's quite a fun mission.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, and obviously we're going to be fighting over John today because John, obviously, like I mentioned, has been a massive help over the last month, gifting so many memberships to so many Vanguard Tactics viewers, which obviously we're very excited for obviously the members' content that's coming out.
Yeah, there's some good stuff coming out as well.
Yeah.
And obviously with Demons on pre-order on Saturday, you can expect the full lot of videos from us. There will be a lot of freeview videos, so definitely check those out. But of course, the real juicy stuff will be in that members' content. And we do have other members coming this week as well, so make full use of that.
Yeah, one of the things to obviously note is that myself obviously has sat down to do an army review. You've sat down to do an army review of what we're actually using today. So obviously if you want to check what we're using, you have the link in the description below, which obviously takes you to the army lists. Obviously we're going to go over them now anyway. Briefly, but obviously if you want a more in-depth analysis of it, you can obviously check that out.
And he must have heard his name because John has gifted 50 Vanguard Tactics memberships in the chat. So thank you so much, John.
We're going to do this for you, John. We're going to do this for you, you handsome, stone-walled space marine man. Right? Okay, but obviously thank you so much. Obviously the support that you have given us over the last month is absolutely incredible. And everybody in the chat, make sure you claim that. So you can claim that just by being in the chat or clicking claim. And then that will give you a full month's access to the Vanguard Tactics membership, which gives you obviously your emojis, your just like a little thing by your name, but most importantly, members content, which obviously you can check out. Anywho,
get to see more of this handsome devil.
Yeah, I'm making my membership debut, so and you are as well. So we're looking super much forward to it. Right, done the mission. Said thank you to John. He gifted the memberships. Everything is now going smoothly. So, who wants to start doing their armies first? Whose picture have you got?
So
first?
number 1 is the Knights.
Just before you begin, I haven't actually added the lists to the blog post. So if you click the link, you won't see the list, but I will add them after the stream. But I'm sure Chris and Jake can do a fantastic job of explaining them as they are.
Means we can make it up as we go along. Yeah. No one will know.
I have 30%. There you go.
Okay, so I am trying out the Freeblade Lance Army of Renown today. It's a relatively complicated army, so it's definitely worth watching the members' content where we go through in a bit more detail. But in very short summary, each either large knight or group of armigers has its own Freeblade tradition, or it's kind of like a household or a chapter tactic. We'll go through them as they come up during the stream because it will take us about 10 minutes to list them all now. But essentially we've got 2 very big knights. I just had a quick count. 7 little knights, 2 shooty armigers, and 5 close combat warglaves.
Nice.
I don't think we need to go into much more detail than that. It's a very one-dimensional army.
I think as people know, obviously, if you've been watching Vanguard Tactics for a long time, obviously you would know that obviously when we do the army list part, we do go in a bit of detail with them, but if I'm honest, there's so much to cover in the Freeblade Lance.
It took nearly half an hour just to run through the traits, the household, so you've got better things to do than listen to me waffle on about it.
What's more exciting than finding out at the time? And me and Chris have already had the comments, so before anybody in the comments going, gotcha, we've already had the chat.
We know what we're doing, so we'll bring it up as we go through the game, where it becomes relevant.
So,
just before we move on to yours, we have had a super chat from Werepuppy saying, good luck, Jake. Take the fight to the loyalist knights with Chaos' very own Jehovah's Witnesses.
Have you heard the word of Lorgar? Yes, obviously, thanks so much. And obviously, if you do want to super chat and then want to let out on the stream, if you do that, obviously that supports everything that we do here. Lights, cameras, wages, this thing. Then obviously, it would be massive thank you to do that.
Wait, you're getting paid?
Yeah. Due to contrary belief. Right, anyway, so now to my army. Now, I want to state now, I painted this army. I had a bit of help from my friend, other Chris, who's been on the stream before.
Not me, different Chris.
He obviously was a massive help in me finishing get this army done. And there are a few models that don't have the same basing. That is also borrowed from my friend Phil, because this is indeed the army I took to the RTT I went to on the weekend. Exactly the same. So starting off in the HQ slot, we have a Dark Apostle. So the Dark Apostle is a Mark of Khorne 1, and that's purely because I made a slight error on my list, but it does sort of help him a bit. So his prayer is the Illuminary of something. Basically, it's Trans Hitman, as we all know and love, which is basically a code word for you can only ever hit a unit I pick to put it on a 4+, and you can't reroll hit rolls versus them, which is super useful. Next thing we've got is a mop, a Master of Possession. So this mop has the Voice of Lorgar Warlord trait, which is basically every time I cast a spell, I roll a dice, and if I roll above the battle round number, I gain a CP. So I can only gain 1 CP a battle round as per the rules of match play. Also on that mop, we have the Mark of Tzeentch, which is more something that comes up later in the game with stratagems that he can use. And his spells are Warp Marked, which is I can pick a Demonkin unit, give it +1 to wound and combat, and it's basically mutation something. +1 toughness. If I roll over a 10 on the Demonkin, it's also +1 strength. Very good.
Sounds great.
Then we have Mop 2, the Moppening. So this one...
this guy, no.
So
you
this,
put him in the bin right now.
No, that's Mo, but we have Mop. So Mop has the Baleful Icon Relic, which is while the word bearer's infantry units within 6 inches of him, you cannot reroll hits, wounds, or damage. In addition to that, he does also have a warlord trait called the Master of the Union, so he can pick a Demonkin unit in my command phase, and that Demonkin unit gets +1 strength and AP in combat. Very good. His spells are Cursed Earth, so an aura of 6 inches that gives a 4+ vulnerable save to all my demon units. In addition, if you end with an engagement range of one of those units, on a 2 to 4, you take 1 mortal wound. On a 5+, you take D3. Very, very strong power. And he also has Pact of Flesh, brings the model back and heals the unit D3. Both. You get both. It's very good. Then, over to the troop slots, we've got a unit of 5 legionaries. So these have just chainswords, the Mark of Khorne, and an Icon. So again, +1 strength for them in combat. And then the Icon gives them an additional AP in combat as well. So essentially with their chainswords, they have 4 attacks each at -2, strength 5.
That's pretty gross.
Very good. Very, very good. 2 units of 10 cultists, just literally there to go hold objectives and be a general nuisance. And it wouldn't be a word bearer's army without cultists. That's what I've been told. Then moving on to the elite slot, which is definitely the most important slot in this army, we have, first off, the big, beefy Stephen Box based unit, possessed 10 possessed with a relic, which is called the Black Rune of Everyone Has It, and nobody leaves home without it. What this does is it gives the whole unit -1 to be wounded.
It's pretty strong.
Unit like possessed can get to toughness 5, extra spell get them toughness 6. Very, very powerful. So obviously they're super cool, and then Word Bearers again fits the theme. Then we've got 10 Plague Marines. So the weapons in this unit are as follows, because obviously, as we know, they all have all the upgrades because they don't have to pay for
Everything's free, you've got everything.
Yeah, so they have 2 flails, 1 cleaver, 2 plasma guns, 2 blight launchers, and a power fist. Okay? Obviously, as we've just already discussed, we're going to go through it as it happens. Then I've got 6 Rubric Marines with Warp Flamers.
A little bit of everyone.
Yeah, I really like this army because of that. It has a bit of everything in it. So 6 Rubric Marines, 5 with Warp Flamers, 1 with a Warp Flame pistol. They have Warp Time as their power. So essentially they'll be able to do a bit of a slingshot on themselves and get where they need to. And then I'm just looking... Oh, then we have the most important Mo, behind Mo Sislak and Mo Salah. We have Mogel Tal, okay?
Mogel Tal.
AKA Argel Tal. So he's been represented by Argel Tal, the model, which is the dude with the wings and his super pointing hand. So he is a master of execution. So he has 2 things. The first thing he has is Exalted Possession. So what this does is gives him +2 move, a 4+ vulnerable save against ranged attacks, but obviously because he's, which we're going to come on to, because he's a demon, which is a part of his Warlord trait, if he's within 6 inches of Cursed Earth, he'll have a 4+ vulnerable save from that. And he gets +1 strength, wounds, and attacks. Okay.
Seems pretty strong.
Yeah. And then he has Olala Kaka the Black, or whatever it's called, which is a demon weapon.
You just made that up.
No, Steve, that's what Steve said. So he has possessed his special Executioner's Axe. So what it means, every successful wound roll he makes is an immortal wound in addition to any other damage. Bearing in mind this guy also on 6s does 2 mortal wounds to hit, and he can reroll all his hits with 7 attacks. There's a lot of mortal wounds that could be coming at you.
It sounds like a lot of mortal wounds. And I'm sure he costs about 300 points for this.
No, it's about 65.
Oh, brilliant.
Okay?
Brilliant.
It's like Fantasy Premier League. He goes in, does the work, gets all the points. He's the heavy lifter. And the best bit is his axe is a little Dead Space Marine. Because in my mind, that's what it is. It's not his
That's
hand.
better. Yeah, that is a more terrifying axe than...
This guy's going to be awesome, and he's going to kill an Armiger. And then, rounding out the army, we've got a Venom Crawler, 2 units of 6 Warp Talons, and 3 Obliterators, and that is the full army, all painted by myself.
Amazing. And just before we move on to the roll-off, we've had a few super chats. So we've got Liam Dempsey says for John to be sent a signed Jake photo.
Yeah,
And
I'm down.
then Sadin also said to get in on the signed photo action. So we definitely need to send John a signed photo of Jake.
John, in the chat, comment if you want. You can have, actually, do you know what? You don't have to have this one. You can have the new ones that I've got, okay?
I mean, we're all just
ones.
window dressing for you, aren't we?
Exactly. So, John, if you want one, you say it, and we'll make sure that happens, and I promise you, you have my word.
John did say he wanted one, so...
Well, John, get in contact with whoever you need to get in contact with.
I would email me, so nicole@vanguardtactics.com, and I can I'll sort you out
I
with
will
a
get
signed
you a photo. I will give it to Nicole. Nicole will give it to Michael. Michael will give it to Steve, and Steve will give it right back to Michael. Michael will then give it to Nicole, and then we'll give it to the postman. So, right, and that is how things work here. Right, we've done the armies, we've done the mission, we sorted the microphones out, we've given away more signed photos. Secondaries?
We've got some of them.
Yeah? So, right, do you want to go through yours first?
Yes, I have taken no prisoners because on the drive down here, we worked it out and it seemed like a good choice. I think you give away 13, 14 points.
I pretty
for
much
it.
give up max if you table me, but if I bring a few models back, it will. You won't have to table me.
Yeah. I am taking. What am I taking, Michael?
You are taking
Yield No Ground and
Yield No Ground and Renew the Oaths.
Okay.
See, I knew that.
Yeah.
I was just testing you.
So
Yield No Ground is kind of like a better stranglehold.
Okay.
You get 2 points for doing basic stranglehold things, so holding half or more of the objectives at the end of the battle round. You get an additional 2 points if you don't have any of your models in my deployment zone. And I get an extra 1 point if I don't fall back. So potentially...
So if you don't end the move or end the turn closer to your deployment zone.
Or fall back.
Yeah.
Okay. That's pretty solid.
Which is pretty solid.
Yeah.
And Renew the Oaths is an action which you do within 6 inches of the centre, very helpfully represented by John's statue here. you get 3 points for completing the action as a armiger, 4 points with a Titanic unit, so a big boy knight. But you get an extra 1 point if it's a character that does it. So again, potentially some higher scores there.
Okay, so that seems pretty solid.
Yeah, well,
So-
I have a sneaky little character armiger
So
as
you-
well. Just keep your eye out for him.
So you're going to be honouring John.
I'm going to be honouring John.
I, however...
Or renew my oaths to John.
You're going to renew your oaths to John, renew the vows. I, however, am going to be trying to exalt John to the
Do
dark gods. So I've gone to exalt the dark gods, which is a word bearer one. Basically, very similar to Chris's. Got to do an action in the middle of the table. If I do it, depending on how many times I do it, depends on how many points I get.
We're just going to be standing ignoring each other, praising the
Crazy.
statue.
Come on, John, come on.
Go on, John.
To combo with that, I've gone Warp Ritual as well, just because if I'm going to be in the middle of the table, might as well. And then finally, I've gone with Bring It Down, because again, similar to the conversation we had about no prisoners, it'd be silly if I didn't.
Yes.
Okay. I start on 0 command points, because I've spent all of them on cool things. You start
I
on...
start on 1, but I do gain two a turn, just because of yet more rules that knights have. For one of my oaths.
Very good.
While you remain honoured.
So let's swap the
Well, I
die.
remain honoured, but I will always be honoured.
It is very hard not to be
It's
honoured.
very hard not to be
I
honoured.
will add, the Knight secondary, as someone pointed out in the chat, did get changed in Nephilim, and it's 1 point for each of those things now, to a maximum of 3.
Oh.
Not quite as
That is
extremely good.
probably much better than, probably
but
much fairer.
yeah,
than
Would
bit-
you,
bit
you,
fairer
would you
now.
still take it?
Yeah, it's-
Okay, cool.
So thanks for catching that.
That's very good. Right, so now it's on to the most important role in the game. Chris, what dice do you want?
I'm going to use a white VT dice.
I'm going to use a green one. Right, ready? Dice cam. Blang, 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 blang. You go first.
Ba-ba-ba-bow.
Miss. A 5, I roll a 2. So that is Chris going first.
Excellent.
So,
Up
if
to
you go down to the top camera, and then we will...
And we'll meet you and talk amongst ourselves. So again, everyone, so sorry for the technical difficulties we had at the start. This is what happens when Steve leaves us. Obviously, he holds everything together, so when he leaves, we all fall apart.
Yeah.
But thank you for sticking with us, and hopefully now it's all sorted. Everyone says it is, so hopefully we all sound nice and clear for you, and no more echo. So we mentioned that there's going to be an LGT, a workshop at the LGT coming up. Michael, talk us through a little bit more on like what people can expect if they sign up to the workshop, and why maybe if you're taking part in the LGT or any other tournaments, why you should join the workshop.
Yeah, so the LGT is the London Grand Tournament, for anyone that doesn't know, and it's taking place at the end of September, and this is at the Lee Valley Athletics Centre. So look up where that is and see if that's somewhere you can get to that weekend. Basically, we've run the workshop a few times in the States, and it's been extremely successful. It's gone down really well, and people have absolutely loved it. Basically, you're going to bring your army, and you're going to put it on the table and go through basically several drills with us. We'd pair you off, and then we'd switch sort of partners, if you like, of other people that are there, so that you get to practice against different opponents and get their thoughts as well. So you're working with all of the other people that are at this workshop. It's a really friendly atmosphere, and of course there'll be coaches on hand to help you at any moment. The key benefits of this are that you get to use your own army. You're going to play on tournament terrain, which is excellent practice if you are going to the LGT, but if you're not, then it's great practice for the future. And of course, the people that run the LGT, they do run a lot of other super majors and majors in the UK, so you'll probably want to check out one of their events at some point too. Other things that we often do, running through secondaries, and also we like to do sort of a time management thing where we put you on the clock and you have to make some really hard decisions. So like imagine a 10-minute turn, and you have to rush through and try and do the most important things in the game. We teach you lessons that will apply to any game that you play at a tournament or elsewhere. If you just want to enjoy your game more by playing a little better, maybe understanding your rules more, that kind of thing, then the workshop is for you. And the link is in the description below. Definitely check it out. I would highly recommend. It's the first one that we've done in the UK.
Amazing. So you talked a little bit about tournament terrain. How does tournament terrain differ from maybe like what we can see on the table today, or any terrain that you might be playing with at your local gaming club?
So tournament terrain can be, different. It will depend on who's running the tournament or where the tournament is. Sometimes you'll get a tournament run at sort of a local gaming shop, and you'll have to sort of maybe ask them or see if there's any photos from previous events to work out what the terrain's like. And it can be, just kind of what they've got access to. It could be purpose-built for tournaments, that kind of thing. With some events that are sort of run by a more organised event focused company, a bit like the LGT, they have specific terrain, and in the mission pack it's all laid out and you can see where everything is and how it all measures up. So mission's obviously very important if you're planning to go to a tournament, just so that you have the best experience possible.
Amazing. So if you guys are interested in the LGT workshop, then there is the link in the description. I will also pop the link in the chat right now for you guys. So yeah, check that out if that's something you guys are interested in.
Yep. Hello to everybody in the chat. I see Liam's joined us, legend. We got Ian, one of our VT coaches, and some regulars to the stream. Welcome, guys. Let us know if you're hyped about Demons coming out and who you're supporting for this game.
So War Spirits has got a super chat saying, glorious battlefield, guys. Always a fun and visual pleasing bat rep. You guys put on cheers. Thank you very, very much for all your support.
Yeah, thank you. We try our best to make the battlefield look cool and also functional. And
the super chats definitely go towards helping it look as amazing as it does.
Absolutely. Over the last couple of months, we've had enough super chats to purchase and invest in a new table to store all our terrain, and it's been incredibly helpful. Obviously, you can see we've got the sign-in as well, which is nice, and we've also been investing in audio stuff. So while we fix all of that and make everything work, just know that everything you put in goes straight back into your viewing pleasure.
And with that, we'll go back to the tabletop.
Okay, we're back on, yeah. So a relatively modest opening for you. Do you want to just flick to the top down very quickly, and I'll do some pointing. So I've moved my big Crusader just to stand on my backfield objective. I don't think you don't have anything in Deep Strike, but I think it's unlikely that you'll be there next couple of turns. I've pushed up so that I've taken these two central objectives. My big knight here is doing the action to score 4 points, which means he won't be able to shoot, but it's not the end of the world. You'll see some of the bases have got different coloured tokens on them. These are to represent who has Bondsman Abilities. So anyone with a token on it has -1 damage. The blue ones are now able to advance and charge, and also have a 4-up invulnerable save to shooting. The red ones have +1 ballistic score, and the white one has +1 to wound. I think that's pretty much all my movement. Yeah. Time to do a bit of shooting.
All right.
Yeah.
So I've got a rather interesting toy to use. Basically, my Crusader, once per game, can use a battle tactic stratagem for free. So I'm going to use that right now and spend 3 CP to do calculated targeting, which basically means every time I roll a 6 to wound, the attack sequence ends and I just inflict mortal wounds equal to the damage of the weapon.
Cool.
So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fire off all my guns at your Plague Marine unit.
Okay.
During movement, we just move stuff around, make sure we get the right angle on.
Yeah. So we've already said that he can see them.
Yes.
There's a lot of fancy bits and stuff, but yeah. The only thing is, obviously, so because I assume like -1 damage won't have any effect on the mortals. It does, I presume.
No, because I'm not doing any. I'm not actually dealing damage. I'm dealing mortal wounds equivalent to the damage statistic.
Yeah, that's right.
Ouch. This sounds pretty nasty.
Well, this is all dependent on how well I can roll 6s.
And I don't have trans hitman up. That's obviously the downside.
Yeah, for a little bit. I just tested it out a few times before the game, rolling some dice. I didn't manage to do more than 4 mortal wounds at any point. So let's hope I can do a bit better now.
All right.
I'm going to start with my big Avenger Gatling cannon. Now I've got the relic version, which is D6 plus 12 shots. So that is 5. That's a good start.
17.
17 shots. Well, that's 12, 16, 17. So hitting on 3s.
Yeah. So no minuses to hit, because obviously I don't have any of my buffs up yet.
No, I'm trying to alpha strike these Plague Marines off. I'm terrified of them.
So not too bad. Not too bad.
Good start. Now, but also no sixes yet.
No.
So this is the important one. I'm really looking for sixes here.
So they're strength 6.
Strength 6.
So on toughest 5, so 3s.
Winning on 3s, 6s, we just pluck out and do a bunch of mortals instead.
Let's hope for a lot of 6s. Go on. Oh, there we go. Right, there's 3 6s already.
That's a good start. So that's 6 mortal wounds.
Yeah, so that'll be 3 dead plague marines.
And then...
And 5?
And then 5 saves. It would be 82. Damage 2, but you have loads of rules to ignore most of that.
Basically, so -1 damage, so 4 up, so 1 fail, so 1's on a wound and I lose 3. So
yeah, well, I'm not finished yet. That's just my one arm. I've got another arm.
Right, let me take all the... So basically all the bolt guns are dead now, so that makes it easy.
2d6 shots from the battle cannon.
Yeah.
Says confidently.
Yep, that is right.
Yep,
Yeah.
that is correct.
And if you roll a double 1, it would have been 3. So
well, I'll definitely spend a CP rerolling that.
Cool. We're down a CP
down to
there.
2.
yeah, because obviously thing.
Oh yeah, so you gain 2 a turn, don't
I gain
you?
2
Yes.
a turn, yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a bit better.
Much
We'll go
better.
for 9. I think that's worth the CP. 5.
So this is one of those big things that Imperial Knights were talking about when their book came out. And I'm interested to see how it does this game. Not especially well.
Well,
And then,
Unless he rolls a bunch of 6s.
I'm winning on 3s again.
yeah, that's right. No.
No.
No. So
these are
3 more wounds.
Minus.
These are minus
2.
2, damage 3.
So essentially -1 damage to you.
Yes.
I failed 2, so that will be 2 more dead.
2 more dead.
So
now,
dude with.
Can't forget
I'll kill off
the stubber.
that guy, and then the one.
Oh, you're going to 666 this, you know it.
The stubber is gonna be legendary here. Well, I could do with that for the wound roll.
No, I'll sort them out. I think. Oh,
No,
one.
Oh.
1 wound, AP 1
3
damage.
All good.
All good.
There we go. So I lost 5 plague marines.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
Yeah, 100%.
But that's in a normal phase 3 CP. Is it worth it? Maybe. Again, it can spike disgustingly, and you end up just throwing wounds at everyone. Okay, moving on to my armages over here.
Yeah.
So we do this one here with the Bondsman ability first. So he's going to shoot your unit of legionnaires.
Yeah.
Legionaries.
Yeah. The Chaos Space Marines, the basic Chaos Space Marines, basically.
Basic Chaos Marines. So I am very well prepared.
It's-
Heavy 2d3, so 4d3 shots.
Ooh.
So 3, 6, 8, 9 shots.
Nice.
I can't count. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Hitting on 3s. Now these would wound you on 3s, but
Yeah.
they have +1 to wound,
So 2s.
so 2s.
Very good. So
There you are.
Nice, so
That
that's
is
6.
6 saves at AP 2, damage 3.
So AP
So
4.
81.
Yeah. So 4 up. So I lose. So fail 2. So I lose 2.
That's a start.
So bang. There we go.
And then the one behind him will do the same. Oh, I've got my stubbers as well. I'll do them.
Oh, that's
So
right. They may not need it.
9,
That's very
10,
good though.
11.
Lots and lots of shots with these armigers. Because obviously they got a bit of a chain. Because I haven't actually played versus Imperial Knights since the preview stream we did.
That's true, yeah.
So it's quite interesting to see what I remember of them, and then this whole 3-blade orphanage.
Okay. Now, the interesting one here is any 6s to wound
Yeah.
will do a mortal wound in addition.
Ooh.
This is because of his warlord trait.
Okay. So.
So I rolled none.
And you still get +1 to wound.
still get +1
Yeah.
to wound,
So
and
that's
this is his relic, the Bastard's Helm doing that.
cool. So 5, same minus an 8.
Exactly the same.
Yeah. So 4 up. So that is the unit.
That's the unit. Didn't even need the stubbers.
4
Ouch.
old legionaries.
Oh. I'm starting to feel a little bit guilty already here. Next up, this guy here
Yeah.
is going to try and shoot your
My venom crawler.
venom crawler. Well, actually, I'm not convinced he can see him. He might have to shoot these guys, I'm afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's being a bit ambitious.
Okay.
But these are
These are warp talons.
These are warp talons.
So all your standard stuff there.
okay. So we'll start with the thermal spear. It's 2 shots,
Yep. So
One
a hit, and then toughest 4, so 1 wound.
1 wound. Oh, that would have been a lovely one to spike.
5 up fails that because they all have a 5 up involved because they are demons.
And the damage on this is d6.
So 1 dead.
1 dead.
So blink.
His stubber. he missed. Wasn't ambitious with that, was he? No.
No.
And the next one will do the same.
Yep. Oh. 2 hits, and then 2s to wound.
2s to wound.
1 wound.
Just the
again.
one. Yeah.
5 up. Oh no. Oh. Have we another one? I'll just
That'll be 1.
There we go.
Okay. Carrying on across the board. Big Knight. Well, he's not doing anything. He's too busy praying to John.
John.
Go over to the next one,
Please.
and the 2 ones with the red blobs on them.
Yep.
They're both going to shoot your
Obliterators. Aw.
with their big guns, and it's going to put the stubbers into this unit of
The
cultists.
Yeah, that's okay.
First, so these get +1 to hits. These ones hit on 2s, and the +1 to hits the red blob, which is the Bondsman ability from the big shooty knight.
So
2 hits.
2 hits, and then their toughness 5. So
Strength 8, so 3s.
So 2 wounds. So 5 up.
Oh.
So because I could basically, I've got a strat which I could obviously just turn one of the damages to 0, but I don't actually know when I do it. I don't know if I'm allowed to just see
I will find
the roll.
out for you.
Yeah.
In the meantime, look at these really nice knights.
Okay. I can't ignore both, so do you want to just roll one?
I'll roll one of them.
Yeah. So that's
So
one
one of
dead.
them's dead.
Okay.
Ouch.
So blue.
And then I'll roll the next one.
If you roll the next one, because then,
and then we
if
can
I
work
found out,
and then
I
I'll
could...
start shooting the next
Yeah.
one. Yeah.
Okay, 2.
2
Right.
damage on the next one.
This is where it could be important, because this is where I could obviously use the 1 CP to ignore the 5,
Yep.
and then the 2 would have gone on that one, meaning that 1's alive on 2 wounds. So we'll just sort of...
We'll work
So,
that one out.
Use this stratagem in any phase when an attack is allocated to a word bearer's model from your army. So it's before you roll a save.
Okay, so I have to pick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
So I think it's fair to just take the damage.
Yeah, of course. So 1's down to 2.
And 1's dead. And then the stubber shots.
Yep. So all hit.
All hits.
And then 5's to wound.
This is onto the.
Oh,
these
sorry.
guys.
4
Yeah.
3's to wound.
3s. It's AP1.
6 is up because they get armor contempt. So, I'll just take from the back.
Yeah. And then we'll do the next one.
Yeah.
Thermal spear. 2 hits.
Yep, because of your cool
Because of
rule.
my bondsman.
2
2 wounds. Are you gonna? Do you want to use your strat? Put you on
Can
the
I do
spot
it
now.
before? So I have to do it
It's
before taking
when you
any
allocate
saves.
the attack, which
Okay,
would be
which would be
before
now.
the save. Yes.
Per dice,
Brr.
because obviously
When you allocate an attack,
Yeah.
so you probably do it after a save, right?
because you do one at a
Although-
time, don't you?
No, you
No,
allocate.
you
so you
allocate all
it
of them in one go, right?
Yeah, but you slow. Oh, okay.
I think
It's only because what I'm getting at is like, could I roll one save and
yeah.
then before
See.
rolling the other, go, okay, I'll just use.
so. That is up for debate.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to probably say you're going to use it before you roll them.
Okay, so I'm gonna keep one out. No, so and then yeah. If you roll the damage and then cool, and then have you got another one to shoot?
There is another one to shoot, but now because of the way you've removed them, I don't think you can see
Okay.
the third guy.
So tell you what, I'll use the CP to ignore the last one.
Sounds fair. Yeah.
Cool. And
then the stubber. Oh, didn't like that.
freeze. One.
1 wound.
Hey, poor little cultist. There we go.
Now I'm pretty sure all that last guy can see is the cultist anyway.
Yeah.
So
So just give him a
thermal spear them.
give
1
him a
hit.
touch. Two. Who's blub?
One
Never
dead.
did
And
one.
stubber. 2 wounds.
2 6-ups. 1 all dead.
Well,
That was
there
a lot
we
of
go.
shooting.
How do you want to do the points for no prisoners, Michael? Because I am not keeping a tally as I'm supposed to.
I was just going to keep it.
We'll do it at the end, and then if he brings anything back, I'll just add them on to a
That is,
separate.
that is way less admin than
Cool.
the other options.
Um,
That's the end of my turn.
yeah. So leadership wise, so Plague Marines, they're okay.
Oh yeah, they're okay.
Cultists, they will be running. So 1 runs.
Have they got an apostle or anything near them?
They do, yeah, but they lost 6.
Oh, they lost 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
And then another one flees. So I've still got 2 left. The Warp Talons don't need it. Legionnaires you killed. So that's it.
Okay.
All right.
Now at the end of my turn, a few things happen. I score some points. So I score, I believe, 3 points for better stranglehold.
For yield no ground.
Yield no ground. Thank you.
Yeah.
GDP.
And then 4 points, or possibly 5 points.
Are they
for-
character?
Yes, he is a character, and he's also
Right.
Titanic.
He's done the action, so you will get a total of 5 points from that
5
secondary.
points for
There's
that.
a lot there. Do you hold an objective in Jake's territory?
I do not. I thought about it, but
nearly
I
did it for the
decided it'd be
banter.
overextending.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've got a couple of honour points, an honour point for that as well, which brings me up to 2. And that is for defending the realm at the end of my turn. I control more objectives than my opponent,
Right.
which I currently do.
Brilliant.
Right. So, my go. So
Yeah.
I gain a command point,
As do I.
Yeah.
and then we go to the top down.
Okay, I'll meet you guys and we will talk a little bit. If we go over some of the scores at the end of the round. So, what is Chris now on? So, if you guys are wondering on the screen what everything is, just in case you haven't watched one of our streams before. So, IK, Imperial Knights, and then VP is the victory points, and then WB, word bearers, and then the victory points. Obviously, we're in the first turns, so that's why it says quarter 1, and then you'd have to just ignore the 20 because unfortunately the thing that we use doesn't go to our 5 turns and it only goes with quarters, so just ignore that for us, please.
Yep.
And then obviously on the other side, again the same thing but with CPs, so command points. So in terms of victory points, what do we have the Knights at?
So the Knights, Chris is now on 18 points. Scored 8 that turn from his 2 secondaries. There are no prisoners' points somewhere in the bank, but we'll work them out at the end. And Jake, of course, hasn't scored any points yet.
Perfect. And they both gain a CP, which I believe you already did.
That's right, yeah. I've just adjusted that. Jake did, of course, spend a CP on the stratagem last turn. And the Imperial Knights are now on 3.
Amazing. So that's all the scores settled for now. We'll kind of go over them a little bit each turn just to make sure that we're keeping you all updated with the correct scores and CPs so that you can follow along with the game. In terms of the game, obviously we've got the Knights on the table. Normally when you see Knights on the table, it's a quick game, but it goes one of 2 ways. It's either a quick game for a good reason for yourself or a very bad reason for yourself.
Yeah.
So what do we think the game's going to go swing in the Knight's turn or favour or the word bearer's favour?
So Chris had a pretty good turn, actually. There, managing to take out 2 of the obliterators was really big because those are the main ranged anti-tank that Jake has. We do have pretty fast possessed and some warp talon units, which you can see on the overhead there. We've got warp talons on the left, and then the big 10-man blob of possessed has moved through the middle. Once they hit combat, these guys are going to start hurting a lot. So, yeah.
And that was a very quick movement phase. We're getting the thumbs up from Jake, so we'll head back to them at the tabletop.
Right, so we'll just quickly go through what I did. So I've moved one of my mops into the middle so he can do the actions. We started doing it. So it's going to score at the end of my go because it's a master possession, but in addition he can still do his powers and he can still do his actions, which is going to be super cool.
It's pretty strong.
Yeah, it's very good. So obviously then the rubrics ran up here, so obviously because they've got assault weapons they can advance and shoot. If not, I had warp time as well, but obviously I'm going to try and smite you and then do all that.
Some shenanigans.
Kept the obliterators within 18 inches of the mop, so what that means is I could try and bring one back to life. So I have to forego doing Cursed Earth, but obviously I do think that will probably be worth
It's definitely worth bringing one back.
Yeah.
I was hoping I'd be able to polish off the squad there.
Yeah, that would have been like a very big hurt if you did that. And then Mo, Plague Marines, Warp Talons have all sort of just moved into this building so they can't be seen, so I can obviously go and hit Chris there. And then I've got some 6 Warp Talons which they're going to give it a go into the armor, just see what they can do.
See what happens.
All right. So we're going to go into Psychic. So we're going to start with Warp Ritual. So sorry, at the start of the Psychic phase, I'm going to spend 1 CP, taking me down to 0. I wouldn't change it just yet, though, because what that means is that I can cast a power and still do a Psychic action.
Yeah.
So he's then going to stab one of his friends for
Sounds
D3
right.
mortal wounds. 3. Just ignore 1. Okay. Killed 1.
What are you doing this for?
+2 to cast, so I definitely get my spell.
It only works on malefic powers.
Yeah.
The +2,
Yeah,
right?
because I just want to guarantee I get.
Oh, right,
one
yes,
back.
yeah.
I've killed 1 now, so that's
That
very
is
I like
unfortunate.
that.
You can mortal wound yourself if you wanted to.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, pretty sure it's just
I
an
probably
infantry.
wouldn't do freedom.
If
Right.
you want to, I'm okay with it.
We'll do Warp Ritual. That goes off on an 8. So that just means I get 3 points.
It would be a 7 because you don't get the +2 from the thing to it. But it still goes off. It still goes off.
Right, and then try and bring one back. That definitely goes off.
Yeah, definitely with the
So I bring back an Obliterator. So essentially I sacrificed a Possess for an Obliterator.
I think that's a fair trade.
Probably a good trade, yeah.
Yeah. Right, then what we're going to do with the one in here. So he is going to cast +1 to wound on that unit. So that goes off. So there. And then he will try and give them +1 toughness,
Okay.
which also goes off.
I'm feeling less confident about the survivability of my knights right now.
Yeah, let's hope, eh? Right, and then finally we've got the Rubric Sorcerer over here. He's just going to try and smite, because I don't need warp time. So that's a 10, so that's 1 mortal wound.
Okay.
If the Venom Crawler was near, it would have been D6. So, I'm just worried, because I don't want him to die. Cool. Straight to shooting then. Luckily there's not a lot. So I'll do the Obliterators. They'll go into... Actually, what we'll do the Warp Flamers first. They're going to go into this one, then we'll see what happens there. So I get 5d... So this is the actual Warp Flamers. So 5d6 plus 10. So that is 26.
What is this? Casual 5d6 plus 10 automatic hits.
So the reason is because obviously they don't get Legion traits. They do get the relevant keywords, but they do get...
Let the galaxy burn.
That's the rule. So that means...
How many more do you need?
+2 hits to their flames.
Max. So 5s to wound. So...
Just watch your head there a little, Jake.
2, 6, 7 wounds at -2.
Nice.
5 ups then.
Yeah. Cool. That's 5 wounds.
So far.
Nice.
You know what? I think knights should get armour of contempt.
I think everyone should have armour of contempt if cultists can have armour of contempt. And then, how many wounds has he got left? 6.
6 left.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do the Obliterator shots.
Okay.
So they're going to do their 2 damage profile into it as well.
Okay, so he has the Bondsman ability.
So is he
so
minus
it's -1 damage.
Oh. Okay, we're not going to do that. Instead, we're going to do the 4 damage profiles, so it takes down to 3 damage.
Yeah.
Okay, so I get one shot each.
Okay.
Freeze. 6 is to explode because we're in the wanton.
Nice.
And then freeze. So that's
Oof.
4 minus 3, flat 4 damage down to flat 3 damage. And
I
he's
almost survived.
just
Almost, yeah.
More importantly, do I explode? I can roll the 6s now.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
You said it as well.
Of course.
Right.
All right, here we go. This is how it starts.
What's the range of it? I assume you're going to...
It's anything within 6 inches.
So you will get my rubrics.
So D3 mortals, 2 mortals to them,
So dead.
and
Like,
then
they don't get thingy.
2 to the, and then the knight straight behind him takes
That's
1,
all the three.
and the other one also
Oh,
takes
of
1.
course
Okay.
it is.
I thought that was going to be the new snowball suddenly turn against the Knights there.
Oh.
But
It happens. I lost a game at BAO where I didn't get a shooting phase, but I managed to kill a harpy because he flew so close to me, and all 3 big knights exploded, bringing the harpy down with it.
wow.
Because you could see me here with the Plague Marines, you're all right to say the Venom Crawler can see the Armager?
Of course, yeah. No.
So I'll shoot the Armager into the Venom Crawler into this Armager here.
The front one, yeah.
Yeah, so 3s to hit, 6s to explode because we're in the wanton.
Wow,
Let's just
that was
ignore that. 5s, 1 wounds, it's -2 and 2 damage.
So it goes through, it's down to 1 damage,
Yeah.
so I've got
So just
11 wounds left.
Cool. Right. So let's go for some charging now.
You don't want to do
So
that.
we're going to do the Possessed. So they need a 7 into both?
7 to get both.
Yeah. We'll do it. Oh, sorry. Something I forgot to do, if you wouldn't mind, I've got to roll to see if I get any CP for my Voice of Lorgar guy. So
Oh, yeah.
cast once. Okay, so I got it. That's fine. Just in case I need
So you
it.
get the CP that you spent back, which
Yeah.
is why we didn't change it.
So charge. It's a
It's
6,
6.
so I'm going to leap here.
Alrighty.
Everything's
Come
going
on,
wrong.
Jake.
It's because it went so well this weekend. That's
Come
the
on.
problem. There we go.
There we
go.
It went
He
so
got it.
well this weekend. That's why.
I think everybody would have been sad if we'd had to miss
Yeah.
out on that awesome action.
Right. So.
Interesting.
This could be brutal. Do you want to remind us which ones have Bondsman abilities on?
So yes, if you, I don't know if you can see it from the top down, but there is a blue marker on each of these guys.
Okay.
Indicating they both have Bondsman abilities.
All right.
Now, just before you are certain with that movement, Big Knight there can heroically intervene 4 inches.
I don't think there's any way I'm going to be able to stop it, is there?
Well, I think that's more than 4 inches away, so you could pile back. It's up to you. I just don't want it to be a.
We'll do it in such a way
surprise.
then. I am going to fight with these first. Are you okay to say I do it in such a way where they go here?
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much.
No, I just don't want, because obviously I also have fight first and transit.
If you didn't tell me that, it's not very honourable, and you lose honour points. Warp Talons will go into.
Well, will they?
They'll just go into the front one.
In the front one. Well, I'm going to spend a CP.
Yeah.
I'm going to Overwatch you.
Ooh, very cheeky.
Nice.
I'll roll to see if I actually get in. I do.
You do.
So,
4D. Well, I get that CP back on a 5-up first of all.
yeah.
I don't.
You got a
43.
lot of good CP regeneration. It's very good.
43 shots. 3, 5, 6, 7.
So 5, there you go.
Not blast, sadly.
Not blast. Well, it does mean you can shoot them in combat. 3.
That is like a bigger trade-off. I'd much rather have that.
All right, never mind. And let's see if the
Disturbs.
Stubber hits you twice.
Oh my god.
Stubber's doing it. +1 to wound, remember?
Yeah.
Well, 1 wound.
Okay.
Just normal save. Save you one.
I'm not going to be able to hold the objective because armatures are all obsec.
They are indeed.
I'm fine.
You're fine.
Cool. So we'll fight over here first. So we've got 4 of each. So they get 5 attacks each. 6 for the sergeant. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm going to hit the one nearest to that one first. So freeze to hit, and because I'm word bearers, I get to reroll all my hits.
Sounds fair.
So freeze, re-rolling hits.
So good.
It's so stupid. Okay, cool. And then I'm strength 6. I am strength 6.
So I'm toughness 7.
Yeah. So normally it'd be 5s,
Be a +1 to
but I'm
wound.
+1 to being, so it'll be 4s. So that's not as good. So that is 7 at -3 because normally I'm -2 because of the Master of the Union. I get an additional minus.
Yeah. Now, luckily I've got my invuln saves, except Knight invulns don't work in combat, so I don't.
No.
So AP3.
AP3, so 6
ups.
So that's
That's none of them.
That's so they're 2 damage each, but because like you said you're a bondsman,
Yeah.
you're -1 damage.
So
That's
I've taken
wounds.
7. So I have
So it's
5 left.
This is
the
the
one
one
in the
that
back.
hasn't
Yeah.
taken any wounds.
So
yeah.
5 left.
Cool. Now the one in the front. So I've taken 1 dice out because that's how many.
So I will just quickly jump in here. Warp marked is you pick an enemy unit within a team and get +1 wound against that with any of your stuff.
Right.
So one of these knights,
So
we'll say this one.
The one we've just done, yeah.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Cool. This is the power I didn't get to use a lot. So, right, and then toughness. So here we go. So.
So we do have Steve in the chat. He's just entered. He says, "Hello everyone, missing you all.
Hi,
Nice
Steve.
lights.
If you missed
Needs
us
the
all, you would
fog
be."
machine though. That logo looks awesome. The new logo definitely looks really good on the wall there.
It does.
6.
It's almost like it's
-3.
overlaid onto the thing, but obviously it's behind Jake.
Yeah, it almost doesn't look real, but obviously it is real, and it's here in the studio.
Another 5.
Let's save. There's 5. 6 left.
Cool.
Right, so what's happened there, guys? Sum that up for us.
The other knight took 5 wounds.
Okay, so how many has each knight got left?
The one at the front has 6 wounds left. The one at the back has 5 wounds left,
Okay.
which puts them both on their middle brackets.
Right, then we've got the Warp Talons. So I'm just going to do those. So they are 5 attacks each. I need more dice.
I've got a handful of dice.
That's cool. I may need more. 5. I need 1 more dice. Magic. Oh, thank you, Seb. What a great catch, Jake. Thank you, Seb. That was very kind of you.
Good catch, Jake.
Thank you.
That was
Right.
a good
I didn't know you were handsome and flexible.
I didn't know you're handsome and very hand-eye coordinated. Oh.
Oh.
No, I got one.
Take it all back.
Right, freeze re-rolling. So these are Warp Talons.
This is terrifying.
This is very good.
It's a lot of attacks.
Oh, sorry, there's a 2 there as well. Just take that. So miss 4. And then 5s to wound re-rolling because they have warp talons.
The look on Chris's face is like, what is this?
See,
What's
now I
this?
remember
I
one.
wasn't worried about these.
Now
I thought they're just little assault marines.
See, Warpmark didn't sound right when I said it. So I was glad I sorted that. Right.
Oh, okay.
And then I re-roll all these.
Okay.
So imagine if I had the wanton as well and they're all
Yeah.
getting exploding 6s.
Yeah.
That's where it gets horrifically terrifying. So 4, 8, 10, 12, 13 at minus 2.
There's another 5 in there as well.
Now, 14 at minus 2.
Right, I've got 12 wounds. Surely I can roll some 5-ups.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yes,
wow.
you can.
That's quite
yeah,
a lot.
I can.
So that is
2,
8.
4, 6, 8.
And they're 1 damage each, so no minus damage has to be worried about.
Well, the reason we're running out of dice is because I put them all over the table.
Sorry, and then it's, what it means base you, bling bling, just to get both of them in.
Yeah, so you're tagging the other one.
Yeah, just so then it can't shoot. I know I can't hold the objective because the armigers are obsec and count as 5 models, but I just want to...
Just want to get in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
All right then. Does that mean I get to hit you back?
You do. So versus this unit, you are -1 to wound, and you can't re-roll any hit wounds or damage versus them.
Well, that's pretty unfortunate for me.
Yeah.
So, luckily for me though, even though you've bracketed those guys, because you've charged me, I get +1 to my hit roll.
Oh, that's all right.
So I've gone from weapon skill 3 to weapon skill 4. 4 attacks, but
Any
we've
of
gone
them
back
bracketed, or does it not matter?
So
for
they're
their weapon
both
skill?
bracketed, which would reduce their weapon skill.
Oh, okay.
But I'm going from 4s back to 3s
Oh, okay,
because of the oath.
That's all right.
I have 4 attacks, and am I going to do big hits or? Yeah, I think we'll do. You're 3 wounds apiece, aren't you?
I'm 3 wounds apiece.
Yeah, it'd be pretty silly not to. So hitting you on 3s.
So
That's 2.
2. And then toughness 6 with -1 to be wounded.
Oh, okay. So I would be strength 10.
So
3s to 4s. Well,
that was rough.
That was unfortunate. Well, we'll do that with the other one.
So 3 hits.
3 hits.
And then
And
4s.
4s.
1.
Just a 1.
Minus.
AP 4.
So 5 up in roll, fails, it's 3 damage.
3
isn't
damage,
it?
yeah.
We'll just take
I kind of thought I was going to kill more than one there.
They're
Alright.
very durable. Bad cast Earth up as well, but I needed to bring back an Obliterator, which worked out because it killed that armiger.
Okay.
So yeah.
I'm just going to roll the other 2 guys together because these don't really have close combat weapons. So, oh no, wait, no, one's bracketed, so I could do it separately. So the bracketed one is hitting on 3s. No wounds. And the other one's hitting on 2s. That hit you.
Bang, bang.
Strength is 6, so 3s.
So 3s, 4 wounds.
Oh, nice.
Minus.
Don't believe there's any AP.
1 fails, so
Just
1
one wound.
is on a wound. And then that is the end of my go. So I don't need any leadership, luckily, because
No.
my possessed are quite good leadership. Anyway, one of them got stabbed to death by their mental friend. And then obviously I lost a few of those there, but it's okay. So you lost 1 armiger.
I did.
So that's 2 bring it down points for me.
2 per armiger, yes.
Yep, so you've got 2 points on Bring It Down, 1 point Exalt of the Dark Gods, and 3 points on Warp Ritual. I don't hold any in Chris's zone because obviously, like we said, the armigers are obsec.
Okay, so Exalted is, we'll just do a tally for it.
Yeah,
at the end
just
of the game,
I
get
like
that
to just
score.
say how many times I've done it, and then we'll
I'll
go.
mark
from there.
that as a tally. You don't want to hold one in his territory, so that's it, right?
Yeah.
Just the 5 points there, putting you on 15.
Well then, I need to do something a bit clever here, I think.
Yeah. So start the go.
Start the
So
go.
because it's your turn, so primary wise you're going to score 8.
Because I hold
Hold 3.
3, but you also hold 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So and then we gain a CP each.
Well, I gain 2.
You gain 2, I gain 1, and then we go to the top down.
Cool. All right.
Okay, I'm going to mute you guys. We have had a super chat from Let's Talk Wargaming saying, "Go Team VT, I'm back in chaos tonight."
Yep, Let's Talk Wargaming is Dom, who's also one of our coaches, Jakari, Quinn specialist, and he is joining me and VT Kyle at the Unconquerable in a couple of weeks. And he has been non-stop messaging me about Chaos because he's going to take Creations of Baal, although he has been umming and ahhing about maybe sticking to his roots with Chikari. But yes, lovely to have you here, Dom. Love you, and see you soon.
Amazing. We've had a lot of comments in the chat about the terrain tonight. Everyone always loves when we do the jungle.
I love the jungle.
The jungle is my favourite, probably, terrain and map that we have. Mainly just like the little, I think they're actually aquarium bits, aren't they?
Yeah, they're from my collection. But
these little, you can kind of see a couple here. The little bushes are just from an aquarium. And then obviously we've got the trees and the moss and some of the dirt. And it just really does tie together the whole jungle theme and looks really, really great on the board.
Real team effort as well, because I know you sponged quite a bit of like the damage and the dust and mud and stuff on a lot of these, and we sort of painted them all together, didn't we?
Yeah, it was definitely a really like easy terrain to make look really good. Just, you know, painting it, dry brushing it, and then sponging it off, and it just looks great. So yeah, obviously looking at the top down as well, we can see that they're both using a lot of markers today. So if we could maybe like talk through some of the markers and you know, what they actually represent on the board. I know we've discussed a few. I think Jake's, you know, some of his psychic abilities that he's placed on each models, and same with Chris. So let's talk through some of what those mean and what they are.
Yeah, so the important ones here for Chris are that they've got certain Bondsman abilities. This is an ability that a big knight can give out. There's also one of the little knights on the far right there can give them out as well. Or rather on the far left can give them out as well. One of the main parts of that is -1 damage. So this is really important for your opponent to know, which is why Chris has tokens for these knights. There's also a lot going on with this freelance army, so you kind of need to mark things with tokens. Different colour tokens obviously have slightly different meanings, so they'll have maybe an invuln in combat, or they'll have +1 to wound, that kind of thing, as Chris has explained. The tokens, of course, from Jake, we've got a lot of buffs on that middle unit there, including the fact that you can't reroll anything against them in melee. They're -1 to wound, they're +1 toughness, or strength, so you've got to mark all of these things out. Obviously, at VT, we're all about sportsmanship and fair play, and part of that is making sure your opponent knows what your army is doing.
Yeah, exactly. I was just going to say it's a really great way for you, not only you to remember what you've put where and on what unit, but also to really give a clear
indication.
Indication to your opponent as well. One thing I do want to ask the chat is, because we've been playing a little bit in the studio with different coloured lights. I know they've been talking about how good the terrain is and on the tabletop, but I would like to know whether you guys prefer, you know, different coloured lights to maybe add a bit more atmosphere and a bit more like narrative. As you can kind of see here, they've got a green glow because we've got a green and orange light in the studio tonight. Or if you do prefer us to keep it a bit more, just the basic
simple.
White. Just the white light, and so you can see the models. The basic, so you can see the models a bit better. So let us know in the chat kind of which lighting do you prefer. And we'll head back to them at the tabletop.
Okay, I just want to pop the top down very briefly, and I'll talk through my super genius plan. I had a bit of a quandary this time. I had to work out how I'm going to actually use my big knights, but also score my quite important secondary points. So what I've done is I've pushed my more fighty knight right up into the centre, ready to get stuck into those possessed, one of those. And I've used the enormous base on my second large knight, to put him just within 6 inches of the centre so that he can do the action this turn.
Smart.
Basically, this turn I don't think I'm going to have a reasonably good target to utilise all his guns. So I know it feels a bit odd not to use all the big guns, but I'd rather have 5 victory points.
I think we all would, yeah.
Yeah, everyone else has just moved up on the other side here. I've thrown the Bondsman Abilities out. People are wondering why they can go so far. It's because this guy at the back here is a master of the Vox. It means he can put them anywhere. Else he basically has no maximum range on it. So although these guys look like they're off on their own, he is still buffing them there. I think that's all my movement.
Yeah.
Do a little bit. I'm sorry, I'm losing my voice now. Into the shooting phase.
Yeah.
So I am quite looking forward to using my massive thermal cannon, which gets 2d3 shots from here
Into my obliterators.
onto your obliterators. And just for the avoidance of doubt, he'll shoot all his guns into them as well. 'cause he's got
not
stuff
the
like
Oh, the
obliterators.
obliterators, they were so good.
I'm having them. I'm having them.
Yeah.
So 2d3 shots.
Yeah.
Are
Three
you though?
shots. Well, it's a start.
Yes, we all have to start somewhere. Right,
Hitting on
threes.
threes, yes.
Very good. So 3 hits.
That's how it works.
Okay, I'll take it back.
Sixes don't explode because it's strong army.
No, that's fine.
And
And then I'm toughness 5,
I am strength 9.
so 3s. So 2 more.
2. Now, do you want to use any special strats to make everything not hurt?
Can anything shoot into him?
Well, not unless you kill that guy.
Okay, so
He's
no.
within 3 inches
Yeah.
of him, so he's character blocked. And I can shoot you in combat, so
Yeah, but obviously like
that's really up to you, my friend.
but like these are, like he can't shoot.
He's doing
he
an
can only
action.
shoot into combat, so he's the only one that can actually shoot.
Yeah, you could potentially, they could
Yeah.
see him, but it depends what you do here.
Yeah. Tell you what, we'll roll 1. So 5 up. Okay.
So there's
and
one
then-
at least dead
and
because
then
it's d6 plus a bunch.
And that's the last use of that stratagem, is that right?
Yeah, that's the only thing. 'Cause I only get twice a game.
It's probably worth.
Yeah, I will do
saving.
it. So I'll ignore the next one.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I was going to say it's worth saving the
Yeah.
stratagem, but
I'm gonna keep
So I'm
that.
just going to kill it with a heavy stubber now. I mean,
I
that's how
just
you
want to
start.
see
Mhm.
because they're quite good in this. Right.
1 wound.
1. 2 up. All good.
Okay. Well, moving on then. This knight here is going to shoot him as well.
Yep.
So with a thermal spear. So this guy's hitting on 2s. 2 hits.
Oh no.
2 wounds.
So 5 up. 1 pass, 1 fail.
he's
It's-
past one.
The
Finally.
melter will kill him at this range.
What damage is it?
D6 plus 2.
Yeah, I have 4 wounds.
Why did I think you have?
So if you roll a 1.
Sorry.
If you roll a 1, no, that didn't happen.
I actually need to do one over here as well because I assume they were 3 wounds.
Oh, okay.
So
that
here's
that
4.
was
Yeah.
no, that's fine.
Sorry, that was
no,
my
the
mistake,
possessed are all 3 wounds. The obliterator
Yeah,
is slightly
that was
tougher,
just
so
me
they're
being,
3.
me being a bit slow there.
Obliterators have 5 wounds each, I believe.
5.
Let me just double check that.
I don't. If I have, I've been playing them wrong. I thought they had 4. That may have been their old profile. 'Cause I
It
remember
may have been,
in the
yeah.
old rules they had 4.
Okay.
We'll just see.
No, they're 5 wounds apiece.
Okay. Well, what we'll do,
So I think
so one of them definitely died, and
Yeah.
I'll just bring the other one back on a wound.
Yeah, because the
Okay,
damage
yeah,
from that
If you're
was-
okay with that.
yeah. Well, what
Yeah.
does the chat say?
Yeah, exactly. Right, okay.
He's had that done to him twice now. I might all come back off the table because
I'm not playing
No,
anymore.
that's all right.
It's
But
all right. Now
I
I'll
think the stubborn.
yeah. probably finish him off. Did you
No,
say?
I'd say he hits on. Oh.
Well, he did hit him twice.
Oh yeah, sorry, because they have
Is it-
plus 1
yeah.
hit, don't they? And then 5s. No.
No.
Okay, now that one.
Right. I
And
know
that
I
one
shoot the
should
other one
finish
at
him
it. Shoot the
off.
other one at it.
Okay. Oh no.
1 hit.
Oh no.
Yeah. It did wound.
No. So
Now
that's
it's
him
dead.
dead. I'm
Now
not
it's
going to
dead.
re-roll anything. Okay. Cool.
Oh,
And
well, we
then
got there. We
he's
got there.
just
in the
shooting
end.
into combat now, isn't
Shoot
he?
into
Had he
combat.
taken any wounds, that guy?
Yeah. Yeah. He
Okay.
took.
Yeah,
He took 4.
Right.
He's the
Fair.
one we brought back on 1 wound.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Cool. So this unit is only you can't re-roll anything, but only in combat.
But I can shoot him.
Yeah, you can shoot.
So okay.
Yeah. But you just
Um,
can't. You can re-roll these because it isn't melee attack.
Brilliant. Right, they are both on their middle bracket. So I'm just going to roll it all together.
Yeah,
That's
that's
all right with you?
fine.
Yeah.
-1 to hit because you're shooting a heavy weapon.
They're
in
heavy
combat.
weapons in combat, so I'm going to be hitting you on 5s. So we'll do all 4 melter shots together.
Yep. 5s, 1. So then 4s to wound because I'm toughness 6 and -1 to
Melters
wound.
on 4.
I know, it's mad, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh,
It's so crazy.
and a bunch of stubbers.
And they start woofing. Oh.
One
Nice.
hit.
Oh, and then 6s to wound.
Sixes.
No.
Right, well that was good. And then over here,
He said while crying. So,
uh, 2d3,
4D3?
4d3
Yeah.
from the wounded one. So 3, 6, 8. Sorry, 3, 5, 7, 8.
Yeah. And this is the
Just
one that's
making up my own rules now.
Is he bracketed
So they're
this one?
bracketed, so he's also hitting on
I thought he healed, didn't he? So he got some wounds back.
Yes, he has healed, but he is still on his middle bracket.
Oh, okay.
He needs one more. He needs one more to get up above it.
Okay.
Which I think is going to be ambitious. So he is hitting on 4s, which is now 5s.
Cool. So
Brilliant.
a hit, and then a 3+ to wound.
3+2.
Because I'm toughness 4.
Yeah, so I can re-roll 1 hit, wound, or damage roll with their free
Oh,
blade.
okay.
I believe it's just a wound or damage, Chris. I'm pretty sure. Sorry.
Never
We
mind
did the
then.
video earlier.
We did.
I
yeah.
kind of remember that.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so you can re-roll that.
I get +1 to wound.
So you wound me.
So I
yeah.
wound you on it too. Yeah.
And I'm okay.
Okay. And the other one, who is not wounded yet, 3, 6, 9, 10. There we are. I counted them properly this time.
Have it.
So this guy, oh my gosh.
You can re-roll. Oh, no.
No, should be hitting you on 3s. It's now 4s. The
Jeez.
combat.
But 2's to wound.
But 2's to wound. Yeah.
2.
2.
Both fine because no, 1 failed because it's
Yeah.
Maybe
minus.
2. Yeah.
And the stubber missed.
Excellent. Wow.
Right.
Right, well that was not quite as effective as I would have
So
liked.
that's the shooting, everyone.
That is the shooting phase. So we're going to do some charges now.
Yep. So who's charging?
That guy over there
Yep.
is going to charge your...
Cool. Do you think anyone will be charging into him?
I don't know, yeah.
That's all right.
Probably,
It's more
probably
for
not.
Overwatch. So I will do it. Why not? Just
Yeah,
'cause-
so the closest one is going to do the charge first.
Yeah. So this is the normal flamers. So that's
Obnoxious number of hits.
26.
No. Jake, what are you doing to me?
so that's 26
I
again.
know we want to go home early, but
How
how many more?
So that is 1 CP there spent from Jake.
So 5's to wound. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
8.
8.
Yeah.
Okay, that's 8 and -2. So
Wow.
if you do those saves first, and then I've got his pistol, the water flame pistol, which wounds on 6s. So that's
So save 3.
so
take 5.
5, and then the water flame pistol does 6. But these are 6s. 1 wound at -2. Nice.
Took
Big
5.
5.
Well, that
That's not
hurt.
bad. Mo can now go do Mo things. Mo. Mo.
Oh.
Mo.
It's all right. Let's roll his charge then.
4.
4.
He's in.
Well, they get +1 to it as well.
He's
so.
easily in, isn't he?
Yeah.
There we go.
Have you spent any CP, Chris? You're on 5 still.
I am on 4.
4. Okay.
I think you did a reroll, didn't you? So-
I did a reroll on something, yeah.
Right.
And then the other one will charge him as well.
Yep.
7. Yeah, so he's just going to come round. Are they upset?
Yep. Anything to note, he does have a 6-inch heroic.
Oh, well,
So just to, yeah, there you go.
Nudge to there, good point. And then the big boy.
The rubrics are not obsec, are they?
No, they're not. No,
They're not
because
obsessed,
they're
sorry,
elite
okay.
choices in my
Yeah,
book. Yeah.
This guy is going to charge your possessed.
Possessed.
Help his boys out.
So yeah, he's in.
I mean, he tried
Thank
not
God
to.
he didn't charge the master possession.
Yeah, he tried not
then
to
would
be
have
in,
failed
but
it.
there we are. So just tag like that.
Cool. I don't have any CP, so you'll get to go nuts basically.
Okay, well, should we just do the big one first? Yeah. It's more fun.
We
Yeah,
all
he's
want to
cool.
see it. There he is. Looking
Right.
beautiful.
So the errant.
It's just something about those colours and that symbol on his shield. It's really quite
I
nice.
like our shirts.
Quite like that.
And our shirts. Yeah, I'm sorry.
I am going to spend some CP on the way in, if you don't mind.
Hi, Darren. So,
Right, what are we doing, Chris?
I'm gonna stompily charge you. Devastating charge, it might be called.
Stompily
wait,
charging.
no, what's your toughness?
I'm toughness 6.
Well, I'm not going to do that because after all 6
And
is
I'm
to wound
minus
you.
1 to wound. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this was to cause morsels on the way in, but I think that would be a
I can't believe
poor
we thought
choice.
the refrigerators are 4 weeks
So
in.
we'll just hit you.
What a donkey. Yeah, that's fine.
Um,
They're even better than I thought then, actually.
so we're hitting you on 2s.
Yeah. But no rerolls to hit.
Oh, you're joking.
Oh, dear.
Who's this from?
This is the big knight.
Oh,
This is into here.
why do they have 4 attacks?
So he gets 4
I
attacks.
thought they had more. They surely have more. It's a knight.
Well, he's not sweeping, is he? So
No, he gets
But he's
4
a
attacks.
knight.
4 attacks.
Oh my god, that's ridiculous. Right, and what strength is this?
This is strength 14.
So it's after 6 minus 1 to what you say freeze.
Can I reroll these?
You can't.
Right, okay.
Oh my god.
Can I give you a pity roll?
No,
That's a double 1, by the way, guys.
that's what happens. Yeah.
Yeah.
If say warm, otherwise I'll give you a card. So, oh, Techers. So, right.
That
I'll move on to the next one.
That hurts.
That
Ouch.
was
I feel that.
unfortunate. I'm just going to roll.
Yeah.
Oh no, they're dead because he's winded. So this guy, 4 attacks.
Okay.
So this is an armature into the rubrics.
It is. So using strikes because again they're 2 wounds each, and I need to kill them.
Yeah.
My sweeps are only 1 damage.
Yeah. So I'm toughness 4, so 2's to wound.
Yeah.
So that's 3. And what minus is this?
-4, I believe.
I believe it is -4.
So and they're 3 damage each. Did you say?
That's right.
They
Yeah.
are 3.
So most notably thing with rubrics, this is something that got a lot of people confused on the weekend. They don't actually get an invulnerable save because that's what the Thousand Suns give them.
But they do get all this dust.
They do get all this dust. So this is going to be 6 ups. So 3 dead.
Now, because one of these failed to make it to the damage step,
Yeah. You get to do
this
it.
is basically my
Right.
competitive edge.
Interestingly, there's a weird interaction here. You ignore the first one because
Oh
you're
yeah,
Zinch,
because I'm Zinch. Sorry. So
but that first one he ignores becomes damage 0, so it did technically reach the damage step.
Okay,
So
so
you don't get that one back.
so
I'm glad
basically
that
I get
happened.
I get 1 back, but then you get to do one of your attacks again.
Yeah, so your ones that failed to hit or wound.
God, not only does this make
everything's coming
not
back.
only is your
So we-
army complicated, my rules make it even
that
more
misses, yeah.
complicated.
Right, the next one.
Did he miss because he was bracketed?
You missed because he's bracketed.
Right, okay.
So this one's not bracketed.
That's okay.
On 2s.
Good. And does he have competitive edge?
He does have
Cool. So
competitive
that's a
edge.
good thing to
That
know.
will come back.
So just to reiterate for viewers, if any of his attacks don't get to the damage step, he just makes another
So
attack.
2. And he'd actually die.
Yeah. And then, are you sure?
Yeah. So
So they hit.
yeah, and then 2's 1 6 up. Dead. So
Right,
they're dead as
we
well.
got there the hard way.
You went the long way round, like literally.
Cool. Well,
Oh,
it's nice having that trait because that actually came in and actually killed the unit. So
something I just
really
thought
good.
of.
But I did put 300 points of armor to
Yeah.
to kill them.
Sorry,
Yeah.
something I just thought of very quick. Did you remember to note down I brought 5 wounds back from my obliterator?
thank you.
Okay, there
Yeah.
you go. Because I don't want to do because that's a lot actually.
That is quite a lot. yeah.
Right. Cool. So then I get to fight with a
You
unit.
get to pick a unit.
So
Half a point,
yeah,
actually.
so I'm going to do the possessed, and they're just going to fight the exact same way. However, this time this one's going to pile into here, so he gets to fight as well.
Good idea.
So I'm going to put 5 into this one, and 3 and the sergeant.
Because I did
into-
kill one.
Yeah. So actually, sorry, what we'll do is we'll put 4 and 4. So these 4 into this one, and
Yeah.
these 4 into this
Into
one.
this guy.
So I do get to re-roll hits again because you charged me.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's a great effect.
Remember, you have +1 to wound against one of these.
Yeah. So I'm doing the one I've got +1 to wound versus.
Which is the back one.
Yeah. So 3's re-rolling the hits. Now bear in mind, guys, for TCP, I could re-roll wounds just to make the game even longer. 3's. There we go. And then these are 4's because I'm strength 6 with +1 to wound.
Yeah.
That's much better. So that's 3, 6, 9 at -3. And then basically I just need to roll that again minus a dice. So
Oh.
there we go.
Oh.
So that's 5.
5.
And he's on.
Oh.
Oh, is it exact?
It's exactsies.
Oh.
All right, do I explode?
Okay. Ooh.
No.
Okay. Then we take a dice out and we do it all again.
It's a good thing you're -1 damage because this would be absolutely brutal
Yeah.
against an army that is.
I definitely would have picked those 2 up as well. Right. So 3's re-rolling again. Do you know what's mad is that word bearers get re-roll hits in combat. Like why? What is
I
the,
mean-
they just read. Don't mess with that kid in the library at Anfield. I say 5.
This is what happens
That's
if you
much
bully them too much. They go off and then they get possessed and they come back. Absolutely
You know those
smash you.
Facebook pages which are like, this is the kid you bullied in school, this is him now. And it's a picture of Andrew Tate.
So it's-
So he's
5
on 1
wounds.
wound. Nice.
well then. I guess I'll pick an armature to fight with over here.
So I get 2 points on bring it down. Yay. So
Yeah, we'll count that up at the end. Yeah.
I'm going to start woofing.
We'll do the undamaged one.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Come on. Hit him, Chris. 2.
2, no P.
3 ups. So 1 takes a wound. Oh, cool. And then I'll fight. So I'll put all of them just into the wounded one.
Yep.
Because they don't get... These aren't getting reroll hits because nobody charged them. Sorry, Chris.
How many would you like?
I took the sergeant out because it was a donkey. So there we go. And actually, I've tactically taken the sergeant out so I don't have to roll as many dice. So 3s. I do still get reroll wounds though, because that is
It's a good thing you don't have exploding 6s. Cause
yeah, well, this is the other terrifying thing in this army is that when we get to turn 3, they get even better.
I mean, they're pretty good.
Yeah. I'd love to play, and Steve, I know you're watching, your Emperor's Children versus my Word Bearers.
Is that a challenge?
Yeah, why not? Oh, that was good. That many. I think that's 12 at -2.
Wow.
Yeah, it's dead.
Yeah, it's dead.
Do I blow up? No.
Okay.
And then I'll pile in just into that one. So annoyingly, it still means I won't hold that objective. Cool. And then you get to fight with Armiger.
So he's already fought.
Sorry,
So,
the
so
Armiger
this
on
sorry.
wound.
Okay, yes.
Right.
4 attacks, hitting you on 5s.
Yeah. Cool. And then freeze. Oh no, you're strength 12, aren't you?
Strength 10.
So 4s.
Fours.
Because, yeah.
I can't believe they're strength 10.
5 up. I
And
fail
not
it, so
more.
another dies. at
1
least.
dies.
So I'll bring you back soon. Alright. Cool.
That's my turn.
Yeah, so what did you score?
Wow.
Well, I get another 5 points for my renewing oaths.
Yep,
yeah.
I hold more than half the objectives.
you do.
Yeah.
I didn't fall back, and I don't have you in my deployment zone, so that's another 3 for stand your
Yield,
ground.
No ground.
Yield
yeah,
no
that's
ground.
right. Yeah.
And you do
And-
get 2 bonus.
For holding this objective over here.
Nice one.
Very good.
So, starting my turn, I'm only going to
Mhm.
get 4 points because I only hold 2 objectives.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
Because this is hold 2, hold 3, I believe, isn't it?
It is.
Cool. And then we both gain command point,
Got one hit.
and then we go to the top down and we do all our stuff.
Awesome.
Okay, we'll meet you and we'll go over the scores a little bit. So, what have they got total now?
Right, so Chris is now on 36.
Oh wow, that jumped up quick.
Yep, so he got 8 primary, 2 extra primary, and then 8 more points from his secondaries.
And Jake?
Jake has, we'll leave him on 15 and we'll do his score at the end of the turn. I think it's just a bit
Okay.
easier. But he has got 4 from the primary so far.
Okay.
So he holds 2 objectives.
Cool. Well, Chris scored a lot of points there. That score went up by quite a bit.
Mhm.
So is that all the points that he scored that round?
That's right, yeah. So he scored
Wow.
18
Wow.
that round. Yeah, it's that secondary that you can get 5 from just for doing an action in the middle is really, really good for scoring early with Knights.
Yeah.
Especially because, as you can probably see, Chris is going to run out of units at some point.
Yeah. Yeah, that is the thing with Knights, obviously. There's so little of them, which is great for when you have to do a movement phase and you don't want to move a bunch of models, but when they start getting removed from the board, it's starting to look a bit scary when you're a knight. A lot of people gave their opinion on the lights. I think the majority of people like them. They're maybe just a bit intense.
Yeah, perhaps.
Like I really wish that we could dilute the color a little bit. Unfortunately, that's not an option on the lights that we've been using. We've been trying to use mostly white lights so that it filters the color out a little bit.
Yeah.
But the light itself, you can only do the brightness.
There are
or the
5
colour.
lights, by the way, just for so the viewers
Yes,
know.
we have a lot of
5
lights
studio
in
lights
this
on at the
studio.
moment, and obviously it's hot. So bear in mind we are doing our best with
Yeah, but we will
the sun.
obviously take your feedback into consideration.
Thank you.
I'll look into see if there is a way of maybe filtering the color of the lights down a little bit more. Okay, going back to the game, obviously it's looking good for Chris. You know, he scored a lot of points there.
Yeah.
As we know when we've watched previous games and you've played games, the amount of models on the table doesn't necessarily equate to the points or to who's going to win.
Absolutely.
But obviously with knights, there's so little, and you don't want to run out too soon because then you won't be able to do any actions or anything to score the points.
Yeah.
So what does Chris need to do with his knights to make sure that they stay on the tabletop for as long as possible?
Well, I mean, looking at the situation at the moment, we've got a few issues. I say the primary issue here is that the big knights don't have -1 damage. And we're going to start really feeling those possessed once they hit the big guys. I've got the thumbs up from Jake, but to sum it up, Chris has just got to play really well, try and get the points where he can. His secondaries do work, and hopefully he rolls a bit better when it comes to fighting back.
I like that. To sum it up, he needs to play well. That's great. Okay, we'll talk a little bit more about it on the next movement phase, but over to the tabletop.
I like that. Chris just needs to play better.
Do better. Right. It's pretty simple. All I've really done is just reposition, so then this knight can't pile into this Master of Possession, and he can still do his action. He has done the Exalted the Dark God, so that is going to get me another tally point on that, and he's still going to be able to cast all his powers and do everything as normal, because it's a very balanced rule. Right, so Mo has gone into the middle of this objective. Now Mo is eyeing up both of them.
We have measured this out.
And he can actually make engagement range to both.
Oh my God.
Right? Now,
And you've been talking this guy up, so that don't start talking him down now.
I want to see
There he
him
is.
one shot on Armature. So the Plague
You
Marines...
said 2 armor.
Okay, I'll put him into both, but the Plague Marines are there just to help, just in case. Right?
And just to reiterate, that is a Master of Execution who is souped up to the nines.
And that's why he is Argyle Tal.
Yeah.
Right. Only other thing to note, I've just poked a Master of Possession out here, and he's just made sure he's closest to this Armature here, just so he can smite him off. Cool. So over to Psychic. So I'm going to spend a CP at the start of Psychic phase, so my Master of Possession can do both a Psychic action and
Do you want to roll to see if you get it back now, just to save us?
No, so it's this one.
Oh, it's a different one. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So Warp Ritual goes off, so that's going to get me another 4 points on that, so up to 7. And then I'm going to cast Pact of Flesh, or do I cast 4 up Invul? Do you know what? I'm going to cast 4 up Invul.
You
I'm not
think
going
I'm going to hit you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So that does go off with +1 because the Venom Crawler is within 9 inches. So
Nice.
that going to give me... I'm not using this for anything right now.
You didn't stab a friend this turn.
No, after I killed one last time. Cool. And then Smite from this one into the Armature does go off with +1.
Well, I only have 1 wound left.
So that is it dead. And then do I get a CP? I don't, but I do get to see if I roll, because it's each time he casts a power.
Do I
Right,
explode?
No.
And you
then
have to roll above the battle round number.
the battle round, yeah.
Okay.
And then I'm going to cast +1 to wound on this knight. That does not go off this time, though.
Okay. Should have stabbed a friend and
I
got
know.
+2.
I've got some cultists in there, but they'll run away and then it will get a bit hairy. Right, so on to shooting. So because I'm honourable, I am going to shoot that knight with these guys because they have an assortment of weapons. So I've got 2 Blight Launchers, 2 Plasma Guns. So Blight Launchers first, hitting on 3s, 6s explode, 3 hits. Strength 6, so 5s, so nothing. And then the Plasma Guns, I'm not going to overcharge or anything. 2 hits. 1 wound, so you just whatever his save is.
No.
That's just 1 damage.
Cool.
Cool.
I'm not actually going to mark it on unless you do any more
'Cause
damage
you
because
heal
it heals
anyway.
1 at the beginning of the turn. So.
Right.
And I can't bother to go around there and count out
No.
27 or something. on
That's
dice.
fair. Right, so charge phase. Plague Marines first, into both. Because I'm
Into
not
both.
having you overwatch me.
That was exactly what I was
No.
going to do. I'm going to overwatch them.
Yeah, so they
because
make
I
it.
got
They have got the trans hitman, and they're just going to make sure they've got enough room for Mo to sit in the middle there.
So see if I get my CP back. I don't.
Mo.
Thermal Spear, missed, and the Stubber also missed.
Okay.
Cool. So you're
Mo.
down 1 CP there.
Down 1
Mo.
for the Knights.
Yeah.
Mo.
So you're probably wondering why, but I think it's just every effort you can to try
Well,
and...
I don't really have anything else to do with the
Yeah,
CP.
exactly.
There's no point ending the game with 0 models and 9 CP.
Right.
No, this is very true.
How are we splitting these attacks? What do we think he can do?
Well, you told me he could
He-
smash them both up.
Right.
And I'm only giving you
Michael,
half
Yes.
a point if you kill the
as
wizard.
my wargaming dad. So,
Yep, that's me,
what
son.
should I split? I've got 7 attacks. These 2 models here. What should I do? Now, bear in mind, he's wheeling them on 3s.
You got 7 attacks.
Yeah.
Which one's got more wounds left?
This one.
How many wounds they got each?
11, 6.
11 and 6. Well, that sounds like a 4-3 ratio to
Yeah.
me.
So 3, 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Mo, right.
Let's see how
Twos.
disgusting this guy
Oh,
really is.
there we go, right. He's done 4 mortals so far.
That's 2 6s.
Oh, he's just one
He's
shot.
rerolled his hit, turned up.
Okay, that's 1 dead. And then the next one.
Oh, come on.
Actually, do you know what?
Can you move them to the middle when you've rolled them? Sorry, because
What's ironic is that I actually want them to go to the damage step to have more of a chance of one-shotting this one. So re-roll the hit. Okay. So that's 4 mortals, 3s. Okay. So that's 1 wound plus 1 at -3, flat 2. So we've done 5 mortals plus 1 at -3, flat 2. So that's 9 wounds total. No, 7 wounds total.
-3, flat 2 is -1 damage going on still?
On these guys, yeah.
Oh, okay, so it'll be 6 damage then. Total.
6 damage. So one goes left on 5 wounds, the other dies. Do I explode? Yes,
Oh.
I do.
That's not going to be good for the Plague Marines.
Right, the Plague Marines take 1 wound.
Okay.
Mo takes 3,
Oh, does he?
and my guy takes 2.
So Mo saves 1, so he's actually down to 4 wounds.
Right. Do you want to do a quick leadership test for Mo for the demon weapon?
Oh, yeah.
Just in case he takes...
He's fine with 9.
I will check for you, but I'm pretty sure that's fine.
If not, he just takes D3 and does it again, doesn't he, anyway?
That's right, yeah.
Yes, that's
if
fine.
not, he just takes D3. It's
He's
just
going to fight.
yeah.
Would you like to interrupt?
I don't need to interrupt because I have 5
Oh, you've got
first.
5 first. That's okay. It's
So-
just more for, like, because I want to...
Well, we-
now we're playing me. Now I'm very
I've got-
happy...
I'm bottom bracket. I'm not.
I'm very happy Mo just went, boom, boom, get out of the way.
Right, go on then. Let's try and do more than nothing this time.
Okay, so
3s this time.
I am -1 to wound, but I'm only tough as 5.
Well, I've hit you 3 times.
Nice.
Win you on 2s to 3s.
Yeah. Ooh. So 2, no re-rolls.
You're -1 to wound, aren't you?
Yeah, and then 4 plus invulnerable save. No, so you do.
I got 1.
Cool. Very good. Right. I'll do the Plague Marines because that is the order we're supposed to do.
Did you kill one?
I killed 1.
Nice.
1 possessed.
Nice.
Cool. So I'll do the Plague Flails first. 3s. Do I get Plague Weapons?
You do, because it's
'Cause
part
it's
of the
on the
weapon.
data sheet,
Yeah,
yeah.
So
That was the
weapon
only other thing I was a
ability.
bit confused about. So that's 5 at -2, flat 2 damage down to flat 1 damage. So he's dead.
No.
So he's -2.
So 3, 4, 5.
And -1 damage as well.
But he's on 3 wounds left.
Oh, sorry. I thought
Oh, right.
because I did 2 damage
Yeah.
when I blew up. Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Good
Does
point.
he blow up?
Oh, good point. No.
No. And then all the Plague Marines will do is just pile in closer. We're just basically making a wall
Oh, well,
around
well.
Mo. Liverpool fans to Mo Salah, right there. Oh, Mo. Oh, Mo. Okay. So now you get to
He
fight.
fights over there.
Hashtag our Mo. No one. No Mo, no problem. 1.
1 wound.
3. Fine. Cool. So I just get to fight with everyone now.
Yeah, you
Cool.
get to fight with
So
That dismayed, just like, yeah, I'm like resigned to
You
his
just picked
fate.
up like a knight army.
Yeah, wow. These guys are brutal. 65 points for that Master of Executions.
So they'll all get to 5.
And he just, how many mortal wounds did he do? Just in one
So
turn?
total, he
It
just
was like
did.
6 to 1,
He did 11.
11 mortal wounds just in one
If he
turn.
had exploding sixes, he would have killed them both.
Wow.
He's the beast. Right. Right. So now actual possess. So 5. 4, 5. Chris, do you want to use Mo at your the LGT?
Put it this way, I was a little bit unsure if I was going to take these to LGT. I think I've just made the decision. Yeah.
And you're going to take them?
No,
Steve?
no, I'm not.
Steve, Chris is called. The studio can have its knights back.
I genuinely think we should do a VT challenge. Everyone takes Chaos Space Marines. We all take a different legion. We all have a different Mo. And see whose Mo is the best Mo. So all the same relics. We can pick which warlord trait, but we have the great Moing. Right.
Oh.
Possessed 3s. Oh no, 4s. And I can't reroll hits.
Yeah,
I
you
can't
can
read.
reroll hits.
I mean, like, I'm sorry.
Oh,
I mean,
sorry.
because I didn't charge, I can't, or you didn't charge me, I can't reroll hits.
Gotcha.
And then I don't know any 6s explode yet. And I haven't got +1 to wound, so it's just 5s. So that is 4 at -3, and they're flat 2 damage each.
6s.
So that's 6 damage.
6 damage.
Cool.
Okay, so I have 18 left.
And then I'll do the Warp Talons.
This is, it's brutal, isn't it? This is turn 2. I mean, we're not even seeing word bearers with exploding 6s to hit. Like, wow. And a lot of competitive murmur with the Chaos Space Marines doesn't really rate word bearers that highly, but just the pure strength of the numbers is with them.
I mean, they've more or less tabled a knight army in 2 turns.
That is 9 at -2. And that is
6 wins.
There we go.
Oof.
So I've got
Right.
7 left because it's +1 because it's a Mechanicus one.
Can we release the hot seat show at the end of this? Yeah. So that is it.
Is that it?
Yeah.
All right.
End of my go, I get an extra tally on Exalted the Dark Gods.
Yep.
I get an extra 3 on Warp Ritual.
4, right? To 7 on Warp Ritual?
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
And then I don't hold any objectives in Chris's zone, so
Mhm.
I'm not going to get any points for that.
Bring it down?
I'm going to get.
I think 2,
like-
4, 6, 8.
So I'm on 12 for
12
bring
at
it
the
down.
Wow.
And then that is it. So
10 in basically
Yeah.
1 turn, yeah. Wow.
And then Chris's go, you get 8.
Yeah, I hold 3, but you also hold 3.
Yeah. And then that is it.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll flip to top down and let you guys sort yourselves out, and maybe someone can give Chris a hug.
It's too warm.
Okay, well, I don't think we're going to have long because I don't think Chris's movement phase is going to take that long.
No. Should we do the scores
So
real quick?
yeah, let's go over
all
the
right.
scores.
So he's just gained 18 points.
Who is this?
This is Jake's
Jake.
just gained 18 points, so he'll be on 33.
33.
Now, bear in mind, guys, Exalted is a tally, so he will be on more than this. But yeah,
And then did Chris score any?
Chris just got 8, but I think it's easier if we just do it
Okay.
at the end of the turn. Yeah.
Cool. So we're going on to turn 3,
Mm-hmm.
and Chris will gain 2 CPs and Jake will gain 1.
Yeah.
Okay, so looking at the table,
Mm-hmm.
obviously I don't see many knights left. I think I can
Yeah.
see 3?
There are 3.
There are 3.
Literally 3.
Okay. And how many wounds? Because knights have quite a lot of wounds,
Mhm.
so they're not easy to just take off the table.
No.
So how many wounds are we looking at? Like how easy is it going to be to table, Chris?
So looking
Next
at the
turn.
armage on the top left, I think has 6 left or 7.
Right.
The blue knight in the middle has, I think, 18 left.
Okay.
And the knight at the back is untouched. I think has a few extra because of its trait. So it's going to be reasonably brutal. But that said, the knights do something. They've got obsec. Chris can still score a few points this turn. I think they're discussing how many points Chris can get, because obviously to get the most points he's going to need to do some work here, and with that massive executions around, it's a real problem because that guy doing all the mortal wounds,
Yeah.
doesn't matter how tough your knight is, like
Yeah.
if he rolls in, it's going to hurt a lot.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, looking at the table, you would think, that Jake has the clear advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did say, the knights do have loads of wounds, so it's not going to be as easy as just coming in and
Yeah.
getting them off the table. What are the chances that Jake could table him this go? Is that
it's-
doable?
It possibly, it might struggle to bring down the silver knight in his next turn. If I was Chris, I would blow 3 CP on trying to mortal wound the hell out of those possessed in the middle.
Yep.
Give up on the action in the middle because you're not going to do anything to those guys in combat. Do what he's doing there. Just get this knight trying to kill something that can definitely hurt, and those guys are a decent target, and of course if he can get to the other guy or explode on death potentially, then he's got some options there. The Helverin probably has to fall back to make sure he's holding more than half or more of the objectives, otherwise he might die in his own turn, just to make sure he gets some of those secondary points, and of course be a nuisance to Jake. But he's thought all of this stuff out, he's going for it, and I think this is going to be a turn that makes or breaks what is an awesome knight army.
What I do think is a great move is that the knight's base is so big that it can actually go on those 2 objectives there, and so that means that knight is holding 2 objectives.
Well, so as per the rules, you say that. Interestingly, one model cannot hold more than 1 objective. That's a really good point you brought up. Because some people may not know. Yeah.
I thought he purposely did it so that he could hold both of them, but obviously not. Just because knights are so big and they cost so many points, I would assume that they would count as maybe more than 1 model.
Yeah. So he can choose which one he's holding, potentially.
Well, he's made his choice.
He's made his choice.
And we'll go back to him at the tabletop because he's given us the thumbs up.
I'll just quickly just say a unit can hold more than 1 objective, provided it's different models, but a specific one model can't. Yeah. All right, over to the table.
Okay, that was a relatively quick movement phase by virtue of having 3 models left. But that being said, I think I have a strat that I can't remember that says fall back and shoot with an armature. If I do, I'll use it. If I don't,
if not, he's just going to make some rules up.
Yeah, I'll work it out in a minute.
I'm like 99% sure they do it as well.
Okay.
So we're just going to say you can do it.
Yeah.
Because obviously he's going to lose a point for doing it on his secondary anyway. So.
I think I heard you talking about the 1 model can't hold more than 1 objective thing.
Yes.
That's why I've moved this guy back. I don't know if it's going to make any difference or not. I'm going to blow through some CP. I've got to try and hurt these possessed.
Yeah.
The other knight over here, he's had enough, so he's making full use of his Titanic rule to fall back, shoot, and charge other things. So I'm going to try and take this objective over here, basically, because I don't believe anybody here is OBSEC.
No, nobody here is OBSEC. The only OBSEC unit actually on the table is this Cultist unit and these Cultists.
Brilliant, and I count as 10 models on an objective. So that's the plan. It would be lovely if I could smash Mo, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure I can, but I'll try. So in my shooting phase, I'm going to spend 3 CP.
Boom.
For calculated targeting again, and shoot into this unit of possessed. So we'll start with the big Gatling cannon. So
right,
D6,
come on, Chris.
D6 plus 12.
Come
Ready
on,
for this.
6 is here.
Come on. Hey,
That's how we
go.
start. That's how we
Right.
start. So we go 6 plus.
I'm channeling my 6s.
Well, I'm due them.
Channel some 6s, please.
Let's manifest some 6s.
Come on.
So,
Come on.
any
Right.
reduction to my hit here?
No.
Every single
So
dice.
hit me on
Only to your
3s.
wound.
Right, these we just want 3s.
Oh.
You've manifested a few too many 6s there, Nicole. We need
I'm sorry.
No, if
We
you-
need
if
to
you
have
have
for
it
the
now,
next
now
roll.
is where we want to get to.
I know I've wasted all my manifestation on that
I
roll.
want a truly
Come on,
disgusting number of
6s.
6s. there.
6s, let's go.
4s to wound, 6s are mortals.
Come on. Oh,
Come on.
I took
chat, you're not trying hard
sorry.
enough.
I manifested them on
What
the
is
wrong
that? So
roll.
that's 2 mortals.
That's
Two
okay, we've got another
mortals,
one to
and
go.
then
5 saves.
5
Minus 2 down to -1.
So 4 up either way.
2 down
Okay.
to piece.
So that will kill 1 and put 1 on 1 wound, and then we've got 4 mortals.
2 mortals.
Oh, sorry, 2 mortals. So basically 2
2
down.
dead.
I've got 2
That's
so
a start.
far. Right, battle cannon. We'll CP that.
He's going to CP the 4 he's rolled.
Yeah.
Oh.
He has the 4. He has 4.
Dear.
No.
No, he has 4.
What was the size of the unit when you shot them? Oh,
4.
minimum 3. So yeah,
It's 4.
yeah.
2 hits.
2 hits. Okay.
And then
Double 6. Come on.
4s.
6s.
Double 6.
Oh, my word. Stubber.
Come on. Can he take out one with a stubber?
2 and then 6s. 1.
1 mortal.
Oh, it's a
wound.
mortal.
1 mortal.
5 up? No.
Unbelievable. He gets a save against mortals as well, isn't it?
It's literally like 2 of the best traits you could hope for in 1.
Yeah.
So on a 5 up, I get CP back. I've just spent 4, so I can only get 1. I get none of them. All right.
Of course.
All right.
I see. I see.
Oh, I see how it goes, yeah.
I'm just going to move on to the next night.
Thermal the possessed.
I can't really if I want to charge
Oh,
Mo.
true.
Mo is in that back line right now.
To be fair, if I...
That's Harry Maguire, and that's...
Look at the top down to see how this is going
I
down.
suppose if I charge here, then he can't heroic, could he, if I don't?
Yeah, because he has to end in engagement range because the bases are too big.
Yeah, so I'll just thermal the possessed then.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, 2d3 shots.
So 3,
3.
and then
Threes.
and 4.
1 wound.
4 up involved because
I'll go find that in a minute, Steve.
I have Cursed Earth up. Nope. So that'll just kill.
At least 3. Yeah.
That's pretty mad that I haven't passed a single invul on them as well. Imagine they're manifesting.
Probably no wounds with the stubber. No.
Yeah, it's 6s to win with the stubber.
Okay then. Well. Oh, over here. I should probably check if that strat actually exists. The fallback.
I'll check on the app as well.
Yeah, I feel like it does.
I feel like it does. I just couldn't tell you what it's called.
Guys, we're hoping for an excellent melee.
I mean,
phase. I believe in Chris.
You know what? I believe in Chris. I feel some hope. I feel like it's going to turn.
I couldn't find it.
The tables will turn.
no, I don't think it
The
does.
turns will
turntables.
table.
Have turned.
Yeah. It doesn't exist. Charges. We're going to charge in here. Here we are.
He's going all
staying away.
We were just staying away. We're
Staying.
making it so that Mo can't.
Mo's going to have to go in on Mo's terms.
Basically, yeah. And quick look at.
This is the last Mo. You've mowed, Mo. Mo. Mo.
The big one is going to charge your possessed.
Yeah?
Getting frisky. I'm going to stomp on him. More specifically, I'm going to thunder stomp on him.
Yeah, nice.
So he's in.
So, yeah, we go.
Now, the only thing, you won't get your CP next go, that's the only thing.
I'm not driving it. Let's go.
Sorry, I'm just checking, where is it? So,
Is that for not controlling?
sorry, this is so, I've got to roll a dice, because you've charged,
There we are.
I now roll a dice because of Cursed Earth's up.
Ah, I see.
On a
yes.
2 to 4, you take a mortal wound. On a 5 up, you take D3. You don't take anything.
Cool.
So
That's
I've
how
still
it should
got my
be.
home objective.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay then. How many CP you got?
1.
So there's no interrupting.
No.
So I'll have my cake. So I'm going to spend a CP.
And eat it too.
Let's see if I get this one back.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm using Thunder Stomp then. So in this use of stratagem in the fight phase, when Imperial Knights Titanic model is selected to fight, till the end of the phase, each time that model makes a melee attack with its Titanic feat, subtract 1 from the hit roll, but if it successfully hits, just do 2 mortal wounds in the attack sequence.
And you got +1 to hit as well, haven't you?
I do.
From your oath. Yeah,
So
nice.
you're going to be hitting on 2s.
So-
It's very good.
But I subtract 1 from the hit roll,
So
3s. 4 attacks.
So 3s. Can't reroll anything.
Come on.
There we go.
There we go.
Cool. So,
That's the best I can do.
so that's
Oh, come on.
5. So 1 is an
Oh,
eyeball.
come
he's
on.
not even killed 2.
Oh my word.
Oh no. Sorry.
That's
Cool.
silly.
I guess I'm
That's
fine.
what I got. I've
You do
charged
them. I'll
over
just
it, yeah.
pile them in anyway.
Okay, over here. I can't even use my sweep against you because you got -1 damage.
And you can only hit me on 4s, and you can't reroll hits.
Oh, brilliant.
What a stupid rule.
Salt in the wound.
What a dumb
Hitting you
rule.
on 2. Wait, only
Hitting
hitting
on
on 4s.
because I've got trans hitman up, and you can't reroll the
Would it
hits.
have been worth charging the Venom Crawler instead? Just
I don't mind if you
wondering.
just want to say you want to charge.
It probably would have done.
Do you want to charge them, Cron?
It's fine. I don't think it's going to make a big change to the overall
Okay.
for the game.
So 2.
Well, it's 2 wins, yeah.
Minus like million, isn't it? Not like 2 dead, 1 dead,
1 dead.
and I'll take that one.
And then we'll just make sure so we tag the point there.
Yep.
So that I now have 10 models on.
Oh, so I've got a big cleaver and flail. So Flails, so they're going to hit on 3. 6s are exploding because we're now in the wanton of turn 3.
Oh god. Stop already. Stop already. I'm
5
already dead.
re-rolling 1s. So, sorry, I did that wrong because I can only hit you on 4s.
I'm trying to hit me, yeah, sorry.
Hang on. 4s. I was going to take like those out because that's
Fine,
There
just
we
do
go.
it properly. Go on.
5 at -2 and they're flat 2 damage each. Very dumb.
So that's 8.
8. And then big cleaver guy. Additional hit. 3's rolling 1s. So that's 2 at -3, sorry.
Is he strength 9?
Yeah.
So that's 2 more.
That's 10 damage.
Oh my god.
And he's just killed the knife. So,
How many CP have I got left?
oh, he's going to
Oh my
explode.
god.
2, I think.
2. Well, I'll auto explode then.
Yeah, just
Why
do
not?
it. Go on.
Just take
oh
it.
god, how many?
No.
Everyone.
Everything within 2d6
6
inches.
inches. 4,
4
which is
inches.
going to get everyone because
Yeah.
they're all in here. So
Right, Mo.
1,
Plague Marines.
3.
5.
So that
There's a d6.
oh, sorry. So that's
This is unbelievable.
Mo is fine. Not fine. It's not
Only
fine.
takes 1. It's this guy here. So a Dark Apostle.
Yeah, with his friends.
6.
So 5. So that's these 2, and then he's on 2.
And a squad. 4. There we go.
There we go.
Is that the Talons?
Yeah.
That was the Talons, yeah.
Oh, and then you would have just killed the 2 colours as well. So.
Okay.
Okay.
Wow, Plague Marines with exploding 6s to hit and 3 upgrades seem pretty strong, don't they?
Morale for the Plague Marine, he's okay.
He's going to hit me back on this guy as well.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Right.
Wow.
Go on. How much?
This is the point in the game where Chris is so done.
Done.
He's like,
Hit me again.
Re-rolling.
kill me, I'm right here.
Give me more. Hit me again.
So we were saying how it might be impossible for Jake to table him
3
this
at
turn.
-3.
He's going to
2
table
damage
him in Chris's turn.
So
Yeah.
that's 4 damage.
Plus the one I took earlier.
Yeah.
I've got 20 wins left.
Wow.
Well,
That was cool, I guess. Right. So.
Do you feel bad, Jake?
Oh no! If this was versus Steve, I wouldn't at all.
no, don't
Because
feel
he does
bad.
this versus me all the time.
No, look, never
I
feel good.
think- I
Never
think
feel
it-
good for winning. Nothing. You've not done anything egregious here.
I think
Just your models kill my models.
think
That is how the game
The
works.
main thing we need
sometimes,
to know is that Mo is very good.
yeah. Mo is pretty good for 6.
And word bearers are quite good as well. Which I kept saying to everyone, but did they listen? No. So I remember when we came here to do the Legion tier list, and he's like, no, I think the Emperor children are pretty good. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. Okay, cool. So end of your go.
Yep.
You're gonna get
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay, and then
So do we not get anything at all?
No.
no.
Because I don't hold
no.
more than half the objectives.
I get 12.
You fell back.
I fell
and
back.
There's no enemies in your
Oh,
deployment.
I get a point. I get
Yeah.
a point. Sorry.
Yeah, it's not all over, Chris.
You're right. Yeah.
I get 12 because I hold three objectives and more than you.
Yeah.
And then yeah, so I guess movement. So again CP.
Yep.
Do you want to go to the top down? We can.
Yeah,
Yeah.
can do
Yeah,
if you
we'll
think
update the score as
we'll
well.
have enough time. Okay, so let's have a look at the score.
Mm-hmm.
So Chris only scored 1 that go?
Yeah, he got 8 primary as well, so he's on 45 now.
Oh, okay. Not as bad as it sounded.
Not quite as bad. We'll see if he gets any more.
Bless. Well, guys, make sure you like and comment on the video because
Yeah.
Chris has had to come a long way tonight to be thrashed by Jake. So make sure you give the video some love. I can see we've only got 37 likes and we've got 90 viewers currently. So make sure you like the video, please. It definitely helps us. And
Yeah.
we're already getting the thumbs up. So back to the table.
It's pretty quick. I just moved the models.
Moved everything forward.
Yeah.
Closing in for the kill.
Yeah. So right, what we're going to do is we're going to do Warp Ritual, that goes off because I get +1, so that will max my warp ritual.
Very nice.
I've done an Exalt with the Dark Gods again, so that's going to get me 3 tally points on that. I'm then going to do Pact of Flesh onto them.
Yep.
That does go off. So sorry, I spent a CP to do that because it means I can do the action. That goes off. So I heal 1 back to full, and I bring 1 back. Because it's very balanced. And then this guy will give that +1 to wound versus that. Yep.
Yeah. Because it's over 10, does it give him +2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, sorry, that's the other one. And then I'm going to cast +1 Strength and Toughness on Mo. That is not off, so I'll use my other CP to reroll it. That is off, so he's going to get +1 Toughness. Yeah. And then on a 4+, I'll gain a command point. Yeah, because I didn't spells.
Any smites?
No. So shooting, no shooting, combat, Mo, into the night. He's in.
Yeah, he does.
So yeah, here we go. Come on, Mo, do it for the boys. Right, and then
And
warp
they're
talons
just
into
in
the
there,
armature.
yeah, that's
They're
fine.
in as well.
Ooh.
Right, everyone. Are we ready for Mo?
No.
Mo.
Put him in the bin.
No, Mo.
I'm tired of him now.
Mo, no. Right,
He's
ready?
already dead.
Do it.
2s. So 1 explode. I'm going to re-roll those.
Just for a few more.
So I do miss some, but that will be 4 mortals, but then they go back in.
Yeah.
And then strength 8 with +1 to wound.
So 3s.
3s.
Yeah. And he's +1 to wound, guys, because he is demonkin from his warlord trait.
So that's 8 mortal wounds, and then 4 at -3 that are flat 2 damage each. So that is...
Another 4.
So that's 12 damage.
Just 12.
He's done.
So I've got 8 left.
Yep.
How many points is this guy again?
65 and 2 CP. Okay, and then I'll do the warp talons. So 5, 10. Right.
So just quickly, all the lists are in the description, I believe, now.
Yes, I have updated. The bot actually did it while they were explaining their lists. So if you do want to see the lists, check out the blog post in the description below.
So I just got 8 6s to hit.
Great.
So cool.
You want me to fill his hands up for you?
Yeah, I've got small childlike hands. That's why
you
I
got
play
it, you
word
did it.
bearers. Right. 5s re-rolling wounds.
So
There's no real doubt about the outcome here,
Yeah,
but
no.
it is sometimes fun to just roll it.
Yeah.
We just want to see it. Yeah.
So we filmed a video with both Chris and Jake talking about like the list and how it works, and of course potential ideas for a tournament version of the list. And Jake, you mentioned something about using a chess clock.
Yeah. This is why.
And it's because there's so many rerolls available.
Well, if you think a unit of warp talons, so 6 warp talons have 31 attacks that you re-roll all their hits and all their wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's essentially like rolling 62 dice nearly. Like if you think about all the re-rolls,
Yeah.
and they kill
explode?
the guy.
Almost 90 after you've done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like playing on a chess clock with them. It just keeps you honest, I
Yeah.
think, with them.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're very good. And
Right. How many wounds has Mo got?
Mo's got 3.
So I'm going to spend my CP that I got on your turn to Thunder Stomp Mo.
Come on.
Die, Mo!
Right. I was charged, so although I'm
He's cutting off the
quite
corner.
badly,
It's
wounded,
Mo.
I'm just going to roll them.
So that's,
I think that's 4 more.
That's, isn't it 2 damage each?
Just going to double check. Weapon skill. I have 8 wounds, so 4 on 5s. I do 2 mortals.
2 mortal wounds.
So I think that's 4.
He's dead.
I've got Mo. There we are.
No.
I'm
Now
going to spend 1
finish-
CP.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh no.
On a 4 up, he gets back up with D3 wounds. He's back up with 1 wound.
I tried.
Right, normally I'd let you have it, but I just want to show people
Yeah, no.
how
And you're not done
mad
yet. You've still got the
this
death to fight with.
thing is.
Normally I would let you have it, but because
But because we're
nearly
on camera,
tabled you,
you're not having it.
I'm not going
I have it. You die when I tell you. Right, so then these are 3s with no rerolls, with 4 hits,
That is insane.
and then 5
That's just insulting.
strength 6 plus 1 wound, so 4s, no rerolls.
Got 8 wounds left.
And that's 7 at -3. Flat 2 damage each.
I no longer have 8 wounds left.
Yeah.
Do I explode?
Yes, please.
No.
Okay.
Alright.
Well,
There we have it.
A quick game.
It's
So
a good game.
game.
9 o'clock might be a record for us.
Okay, for us, yes. However, I watched Aaron table Steve in one turn.
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Word Bearers. I don't know what else to say, to be 100% honest with you. I think it just did what it said on the tin.
I mean, I never knew the literacy leaders would be that good. So.
Who knew reading was so strong? Hey?
Stay in school. Reading works, yeah.
I think in terms of scores, if people really...
That you dropped 3 points, I think.
I can only get 97.
What Ritual, so it's 97 points.
I can only get 97.
And I'm pretty sure it's just 45 for...
Yeah. Good
for
game.
Chris.
Thank you so much. As sporting as ever.
Well, I did enjoy it.
What did you think of Word? I think. Do you know what? I think it's actually a really important topic.
Yeah.
What did you think of Word Bearers? How do you think they are? Because let's just fill some gap quick.
Yeah. It's interesting. So
Get the ad revenue.
Word bearers themselves are very cool. I like the way that you just kind of don't really mind that some of your stuff doesn't have core, because it just gets the rerolls anyway for being a word bearer.
Yeah, it's
Mo can go. He's out. I never want to see Mo again.
That's
best
egregious. Master of Execution you could ever use. I'm pretty sure. I think hands down, getting that Demon King keyword is huge. Well, all the units is just independent because they just get those rerolls. They don't need any support.
Yeah, I mean, the big unit of possessed with -1 to wound is brilliant. It's full of very, very strong elements.
Yeah.
You didn't kick out a lot of shooting, but that wasn't what you signed us to do. You just signed us to come in and
something I will allude to. I do go more into it in the members video. Is purely about the obliterators. Like, they're just there to be a Swiss Army knife of shooting. So like versus you, they were quite good because they had that 4 damage down to 3 damage. Obviously, I could take the 2 damage or they could have the 1 damage. Mo, I think, is the best thing I've ever made. Pat is Steve's. Mo is me. Mo Galtal is mine. He's ridiculous. And there was a lot of people that were talking about a Baden. So I got a lot of people asking me, why didn't I take a Baden? Why would you ever, I'm not going to lie, why would you ever take a Baden when you could take a this? I think, just also because of the philosophy of Word Bearers, I don't think that they need an Abaddon because you want all those units to be able to be independently working.
Yeah.
Abaddon just takes 300 points to your army. Like, put in perspective, that's a unit of possess and a mark.
It's 2 armigers.
Yeah, that's 2 armigers, which he obviously, which Mo nearly did.
We don't talk about balance on stream, so I'll wait.
No.
That's 2 armigers.
But Mo, I'm very proud of you. Your mortal wound tallies up to nearly 100 over the course of 4 games. Bearing in mind you died in one of them.
Well, that didn't give you enough targets to kill this one. You're out of things to hit by turn 3.
Yeah. So that's how not all my games went like that.
No.
At the event I went to, a lot of them were they all went to 5 turns. It wasn't like I did any of that. But I just think also Word Bearers score super well.
Their secondary is really good.
Their secondary is good, and also I think something that not a lot of people talk about is how well it synergizes with another secondary. Like the fact your Master of Possession can do the action and then do Warp Ritual.
Mm-hmm. That's really great.
He's essentially going to get you 27 points for doing nothing, and then you give him Zinch, you pay 1 CP ago, and he still can cast a spell.
Yeah, we'd have to just double check that he can do a psychic action and do it, because I don't know if a psychic action counts as a psychic power. Wording wise,
normally it does.
Yeah,
when in the Grey Knight book it does. But if not, you still have
exactly.
You've got the other Master of Possession.
Exactly.
So either way, you're going to be able to do it in some form.
100%. Yeah.
And it's great. It's literally.
It was great. It's a really cool army.
Yeah.
The output you can't argue with.
Yeah.
Right. Well, what do you think of the 3-blade lance? Not the game for it.
I'll be honest. I don't think that knights are an army which are, going to be dominating the top of super mages. It's cool though.
It's very cool.
I think it's
very cool.
I think you don't play knights because you think they're going to win all the events.
No.
You play them because they're giant stompy robots.
Yeah.
That are just awesome.
They are awesome.
Like
the free blade
models
lance
are
is
sick,
cool.
aren't
It gives you a lot of customization. I think it's definitely the most competitive version of Knights you could play. And if you go into an RTT or maybe a small GT, you could probably get some real results out of it.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Jake.
Thank you.
Chris,
Well played, Jake.
taking it like a champ.
And Mo has found his dad.
Mo, let's shut up about Mo. He can go away. Unbelievable.
Hello.
Unbelievable.
Like, father.
Get him out of here.
No, he's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching, and thank you for all your supportive super chats.
Yeah.
John,
Legend.
you're a legend.
John is a legend.
Make sure to email Nicole. Nicole, how do people email you again? Sorry.
Just Nicole@vanguardtactics.com.
And that's not an open invitation. So, and yeah, obviously,
Awesome.
thank you very much.
Join members.
Yeah.
Absolutely check
Join
out the new
members.
stuff coming. Obviously, Demon's coming out soon, and we'll have plenty of content on that. And then just before we leave you, remember the LGT workshop is happening next month. First in-person workshop in Warhammer ever in the UK, run by none other than us, obviously. These two handsome men will be there, number 1 and number
You're now
3.
second.
Apparently.
Number
you're
1
second
and
now.
number 2.
Steve Howe dropped to third, maybe even fourth.
Oh,
Yeah.
At a push.
So drop by, whether you're going to the event or not, use your own army, play on tournament terrain, learn loads of amazing skills for the tabletop, just so you can enjoy your weekend and all of your games in the future. Link obviously in the description below.
Right.
All right.
Brilliant.
Final farewell. See you guys.
If you want to support the channel and you want more awesome in-depth content, then consider becoming a VT member. You'll receive regular videos from codex analysis to tournament reviews and more epic battle reports to help you play, progress and perform with Vanguard Tactics.